Niners! Here we are, fam, in another fine predicament. Are you ready for this? I mean, I've not seen you in days, right? I've been watching things because I couldn't get back and enjoy it, have fun. But I've been watching what's going on. I'm thinking, what? All you can say all week is, what? I'm walking around with a question mark over your head all the time. The Niners versus Ram game is nothing more than a game that has little to do with which team is the most prepared and talented. This contest is about which team can show up with the most healthy players. those, I mean, it's just, the Niners have players on the IR just like the rest of the league, along with the COVID-19 absentees. So there's no crying in football. Nobody cares. I mean, hey, just like what somebody put up there a minute ago. We get that post. I need that one. It was so exactly. Where is it? Yeah. That's crazy how the 49ers get treated. Our COVID problem is like a non-issue for the game Sunday. Meanwhile, they're doing everything they can to get the Steelers and the Ravens. They're giving them all the time they can need. Cancel once, cancel twice. They'll play Tuesday. Why couldn't we have played Green Bay another day? No, Niners. You'll play tonight. See? So the next a-hole that says, you voted around Niners, always voted, you tell him to shove it where the sun don't shine. But all the franchise can do in our cases is suck it up and forge ahead. You know, that's it. Tonight the question is how to predict an outcome given all the circumstances involved. Now, if you can do that, you're really good. That means you have really contemplated and thought about this a lot. We'll be taking your phone calls and recording your predictions for the outcome of this Week 12 contest and announce that winner after the game. Looking at the injury report, Javon Kinlaw, at least he's been activated from the reserve COVID-19. His activation leaves six 49er players still on the reserve COVID-19 list. No crying, including Brandon Ayuk. Daniel Helm, DJ Jones, Joe Walker, Trent Williams, and Jordan Willis. You see, this is a table is set for the Rams to just go buck wild. The 49ers Thursday night report was pretty discouraging to say the least. They added a couple of new names. Jordan Reed, along with linebackers Dre Greenlaw and Aziz Al-Shar, were both listed as non-participants with an illness. The Niners are rolling with Marcel Harris at the linebacker spot. We just got guys. Pretty soon, I can see Shannon running out on the field now. I can tell you, fam, it's looking real scary. They said had the illness been COVID-19 related, the club would have put them on the reserve COVID-19 list. So you figure the linebackers will be back for Sunday. Okay, but they're not getting any work in between now and then. Still, there'll likely be some protocols the players have to follow before returning to action. And then you got Tom Compton, right? Somehow, Tom has sustained a concussion while going through walkthroughs. Enter Colton McKivitz for his first start. He'll deal on his debut start with Aaron Donald, or as Nick calls him, number 99. I'm scared for Nick. I'm gonna just tell you the truth, fam. You know, sometimes you can be optimistic and hopeful, but what? McKivitz is going to deal with who? And Aaron Donald. I mean, Aaron's gonna look. Here's Aaron Donald sitting back saying, "Yeah, 49ers, man, fooled me once, shame on them. Fooled me twice, shame on me. A quarterback will die. Will this?" Donald's sitting back here. He can't wait to get at the 49ers, and you know this. Oh, my Lord, what are they going to do? Brunskill's going to be at center, where he's not as effective as he is. at guard, and there's Aaron Donald licking his chops. He's rotating back and forth. If Trent Williams doesn't play, he's rotating back and forth. Work on McKivitz, beat him up, and get on in there and kill Nick. And then he goes, you know what? I think I'm going to try my shot over here at the left tackle because he can't see me back over there as well. The team has also announced that it has signed wide receiver Jordan Matthews to the practice squad to make room for Matthews. 49ers released Chris Finke because he talks too much. Remember he told Claypool over in Pittsburgh? Yeah, man, dude's got us out here working out in pads, man, day before the game. The 49ers must have found out about it. Chris Finke, you got a big mouth, don't you? Every time we look to move somebody in and out of that practice squad, you will be the first name on our list. Okay. Anyway, Matthews been working out earlier this week with the team, so you knew he was going to come on anyway. Fam, it's been interesting to say the least for the last couple of weeks for the Niners. You look at Eric Armstead land on the reserve COVID-19 list the day after the Week 10 game with the Saints. 8 others have joined him after that, and we knew that was going to happen. Even Kyle knew it was going to happen. Remember he said at that presser, yeah, Eric Armstead for now. He knew there was going to be more. As soon as they do the little trace and find out. 8 others joined him after that. As I mentioned, only Armstead, along with Ronas Agrasu and Kinlaw, have since been removed from the COVID-19 list, as just mentioned. Coach Shanahan hasn't completely given up hope, though, that others could be activated before Sunday's game against the Rams. I wonder how soon he'll do that, if he does do that. You look at Shanahan during the press conference, so it's hilarious. I would be if he wasn't. It wouldn't be hilarious for other people. But for us, it's our team. You look at Kyle sitting there, he's so calm and relaxed. He's trying to. He's not peeking out from underneath his hat anymore. He took his hat off. And he's just fielding questions like, it is what it is. We'll just have to make our adjustments and do the best we can. I mean, we're talking about a team that was stocked like no other. Even Jamar Taylor was saying the same thing. He said, I've never been on a team with a secondary with this much experience and this much depth. We had it all. We had it all. And now we got it none. Well, we got a few guys, but you can't win with a few guys. You got to have them all. The table was set. Here comes COVID. And also those bizarre injuries. But with COVID, I think I link them together because if COVID wouldn't have been around, we would have had a regular preseason. The activity would have been the same as normal and probably would have came in. We had injuries, but not to the degree we're having them now. This is outrageous. And as I say, if you saw the presser today, you're probably thinking Kyle did not sound very optimistic at all. Coach was asked if there's a scenario in which Williams and IU could be taken off the reserve COVID-19 list to play this weekend. He responded, quote, yeah, I believe there's a chance for Trent, an outside chance. I haven't heard that on Ayuk. Poor Kyle. You can nearly assume the 49ers will enter into yet another game painfully undermanned beyond the players out due to injuries. ESPN reported earlier this week that it was Williams who tested positive for the COVID-19, making his availability for Sunday a question. And somebody brought that up last time we talked. It was more concerning for Williams, who was considered high risk when it comes to this virus. As last year, as you know, Williams had a growth removed from his head that was diagnosed as DFSP. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that term, which is a rare type of cancer. The Niners aren't alone with their issues, though. Rams rep said via a short statement, quote, out of an abundance of caution, the Rams canceled today's practice for precautionary reasons after 2 members of the organization received COVID-19 test results Thursday night that required additional testing today. COVID. So, fam, what can we expect in this game? Okay, Aaron Donald, as I mentioned, can't wait to go back up against the 49ers, and this time he may have, for sure, 2 very vulnerable pass to get at Nick if Williams is out, of course. Also, Richie James Jr. will again be standing in for Ayuk's plays, as he did last time. He did a very admirable job, but I'd just as soon have Richie out there with his own role and have Ayuk do his own part. That would make things a little more. You got to bring it to him. You know what though? We're not. this is not going to be. I assume this is going to be a game like last time. Just get the ball the hell out of the quarterback's hands. Forget about the downfield BS and all that other stuff. Get that ball out of the quarterback's hands, into your playmakers' hands, and let them do their thing. You know, because if I got Debo and I got Ayuk, Richie to some degree is pretty good at that. Making his well, he is very good at that actually. You get the ball to them. This is a game where Jerick McKinnon should be actually. He's got to get out in open space. Kyle, damn it. Get him out in open space and get him the ball. Stop running him between the tackles. So if he can get that done, you know, the 49ers can shatter that Rams defense because they're going to be good at pursuing the quarterback. You saw Tom Brady picking himself out of the dirt every 2 minutes last week against the Bucs. And their offensive line is much better than ours, actually. Well, I don't know if it's much better because they didn't look very good last week, right? But, I mean, the game that Kyle ran with Jimmy was on point. Hike, boom, get it out of here. Get it out of here. Don't stand around here waiting for Aaron Donald to get here. Get it out. You let these guys, let them do their thing. Get them out, and hopefully you'll get something going that way. Coach Shannon is not going to get carried away with Debo tomorrow either, though. That's the thing. He's already mentioned that. He said he'll be cautious with the first outing for D in weeks, which only makes sense. Defense may be decent, but with Jones and Willis out of the rotation, there is reason for concern. Oh, man. The secondary, though. Fam, I do feel good about the secondary, though. Look what you got back there now. You got everybody back there is polished. Yeah, you know, we'll see if it aids the front line rush, though. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and commit to a score. I didn't want to. I came in thinking, I ain't giving no score. But that would be the coward's way out. We're here to talk football. Give your score. You can say win or lose, but if you got numbers, give those. I'm saying 27-24 49ers. Why? Because if the 49ers have a game plan that works the backs and gets the ball out of Nick's hands quickly, I think that they could give the Rams a hell of a lot of trouble. Now, with our defense, though, if that secondary closes the avenues for Goff to throw into, and Goff gets weird when he can't find his receivers. You notice that? Throwing the ball all into vacant spaces and stuff. That's really... I don't know if he's intended to throw the ball out of bounds or what, but you see that ball falling into it looks like a golf. You know, you ever watch golf on TV, right? You know the ball bounces on the greens? I don't know how golf finds completely empty zones, and I don't know why the refs don't throw flags on him for intentional grounding on those kind of shots. But, you know, we'll see. And I still want to see Street get his first sack this week and not be flagged for what he got flagged for against the Saints, which was a bogus call. But hey, I'll go with 27-24, 3 touchdowns for the 49ers, a couple of field goals. Yeah. And also a field goal, 3 touchdowns also for the Rams and a field goal. That's going to be the difference in this game. All right, fam. Hey, Rebel D, somebody tell Jimmy to grab his cape. We need him. I know. I've come flying in. I tell you. Thanks for that contribution, too, fam. No one. Thanks, fam. Deshaun Watson talk. I say let's get him so we eat all Russell Wilson's food. No, I got to tell you, we're going to have that discussion all offseason long. Deshaun Watson is not leaving Texas. They've already gotten rid of the best wide receiver in the league. If they get rid of Deshaun Watson, that has got to be the last straw. Texas might as well just close that franchise down. So I wouldn't rely on that too much. But thanks for that contribution, though, fam. And let me pick up my ears and get on over here to the phone and say hello. Wait a minute, I got hello. Alex!
What's up, Ronbo?
Alex, man, I'm looking at this game. I just don't like against the Saints. I thought we were going to get trashed, and we did a great job. I don't know what to think about the 49ers anymore, Alex. I don't know these people. I'm thinking 27-24, but is that realistic? I mean, what do you think?
I think what we found out this year, Ronbo, is, we do come to play. It's just we haven't. One thing we've seen last year, this year, and we all know about the injuries, the COVID stuff, is we haven't seen very much complementary football. When our defense is doing great, our offense is doing okay. If you know, and that's being nice. When our offense is coming along, our defense gives up a big play.
Yeah.
That's just going to happen when we got the bodies on the the injured list, the injury list, and it's unfortunate. But we got our backs up against the wall right now. We got to go 5-1. We have to go 5-1, and I guess it's the unfortunate part is the only game we can really afford to lose is against the Bills.
Yeah.
Everything else is, in our conference, so on and so forth. So we have to win those games, or go 6 or run the table, I guess. But we're getting some bodies back. I can only hope that they hold up, because it seems like every time we sit back and breathe because we're getting some people back from injury, they're gone the next week, or halfway through the next game. So, if we can keep some of these, Raheem Mostert, Richard Sherman and stuff, and A, off from the injury report, and B, off the COVID list, we have a real good chance, because we really have just been missing the veteran presence on the field, where they walk in the huddle and they're saying, we need to make a play, like whether it's offense or defense, and it's like, who's going to step up and make this play? And most of these dudes out there have never even been in a position where they're able to even
make that kind of decision.
Plays.
Yeah, right. They don't know what kind of mindset to even incorporate. Exactly.
So, they were just trying to stay on the roster, a couple months back, and now they're being expected to make championship plays. So, we've had to throttle down our expectations, but here's the thing, if we can just get this offense rolling, just to a point where every week they're doing enough, because right now it just feels like when we had, Michael Crabtree as the only deep threat and Vernon Davis, and then Kyle Williams was behind him, or Ted Ginn Jr., you know what I mean? It just feels like we have, we're not able to get these guys going, other than Brandon Ayuk. And then, so hopefully, we can see some good ball movement on offense. I mean, even if it's field goals, it is what it is. We gotta get points every drive, something, because, when we're going 2 drives with not even a field goal, and the other team gets 2 touchdowns, I mean, it just kills us, man. It's like a 14-point lead for our offense right now it's more like a 28-point lead.
Might as well be. And take care of the ball, for God's sake.
We got to keep it a game through the fourth quarter, where we either have all the leverage, in terms of like a lead in the ball heading into the fourth quarter, or our defense is stepping up and making a play, because, it seems like, man, other than, outside of last week, or outside a couple weeks ago in New Orleans, we haven't even gotten pressure on the quarterback, man. So, if we could just kick it up a notch with some of the pressure on the quarterback, it would alleviate, some of our secondary, and maybe our linebackers can make some plays. But, I'd really just like to see the offense get outside of those, being able to get outside the quick little, passes out of the shotgun. I'd like to see us move the ball in other ways too, like getting Kyle Juszczyk on a wheel route, where we've missed him all year long on those throws, and he's been open 30 yards down the field with nobody near him. I'd like us to be hitting those plays, just so the defense knows, like, hey, we're still attacking downfield. We're not just trying to get these little, 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage plays to go 30 yards. So, as far as like you were saying earlier.
And that could be set up.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that could be set up. But initially, if Nick stands back there contemplating a shot downfield, he will be skewered. Our offensive line just can't maintain that force. I watched Brady they look like piranha. You know what? They've improved. I don't know if they got a new defensive guy over there or something. The Rams have improved dramatically since we last saw them.
Well, hey, they had injuries last year, kind of like we do this year. Maybe they weren't as severe, but they were and Jalen Ramsey was coming in, with a little less time. Granted, he's a type of player where he is the scheme, but it still just takes adjustments no matter what.
Yeah.
So when we beat them last year, and the media starts saying, the Rams ain't that Super Bowl team, and it looks like they're falling off. No, they're not falling off. They're just injured.
Okay.
They're depleted, because they do have so many high dollar guys that when they lose those guys, they don't have much depth because they can't pay for depth. So the NFC West is more than anything just going to be a great division for a long time. And that's the tough thing about where we're at. We have so many injuries that we're trying to just keep up with the division, let alone the conference, and it's tough. But like you said earlier, Kyle looks calm. He understands that sometimes you have zero control over these injuries. And when you got people like Grant Cohn out there saying, is Kyle responsible for the injuries? It's just kind of like, we just got to chill, man, because we also got to understand that when we get these bodies back, whether, obviously next year, we ain't even going to be looking like we are now. Even if we don't have D4 next year, so, and like that, or, the fact we don't got Quan, we'll have Nick Bosa, and we'll have a healthy George Kittle, and that could even be this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we just gotta take what we get this year, whether it's a low seed playoff where we get in, and hopefully we can make some noise because at that point, being down that far down the road, and we can get Jimmy and George back, at least we'll be able to have the best team we can put out on the field. And I really don't think that anybody in the playoffs, as far as the NFC, nobody really has an identity. It seems like Green Bay is just trying to lose games figure out different ways to lose games every week.
You notice that too? Yeah, they just still.
Yeah.
They look like they're trying. Actually, that's the best way to put it. They look as if, well, we're going to do our best to make sure they make it competitive. I say, you guys, it's
exactly. We don't have the players for our identity, but we do have an identity.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it as ferocious as last year as far as defensively? Absolutely not. And I'm not even going to try to lie to myself about that. But we can if we can somehow get into the playoffs with health on the offense, I would have no problem with Raheem Mostert doing what he did last year again. Jimmy throwing 8 or 9 passes to keep his ass healthy for the next, for however long they can keep it up.
Yeah.
And just see what we can do because, you got to remember too, when Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl back in 2008, they kind of had like pieces on defense where they flipped the switch, health got on their side, and things just started coming together at the right moment. And you never know, man. These dudes play enough, there is going to be some sort of chemistry formed with whoever's out there. And if we can just hit a little spark, man, we could tap into a little bit of what we did last year. And I think it's still possible we hit a run, man, because, teams without an identity, they get shown up pretty quick. And teams with an identity, no matter what the circumstances are, they stand out as
always
well.
surfaces, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff, Alex. Love the points. Tell you what, I'm gonna see you game time. All right,
buddy. I'll be talking, bro.
Oh, Alex, I forgot about your score. You got a score?
You know what? Yeah, let's go. It's going to be close to yours, but I'll say 24-23. We'll have a nice little nail biter.
Yeah, so as usual, we've gotten used to it. Expect it. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, fam. Talk to you later.
All right, Ronbo. What's up?
24-23, right? Yeah. I was asked who wins. Of course, 49ers. And Bruce Meow, let me warn you guys. Listen, what I do not want is any political discussions. If somebody wants to call them the Washington team, Bruce, you will not confront them. Okay? You do not start with who's liberal, who's not. Let's stop with that. Just let it go. All right? If he wants to come to the Washington team, that's fine. But let's not get into the Redskins. That's already been controversially said to stop it. Otherwise, Washington would continue with that name. Okay? So try to get along. Hey, Dion!
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, I'm looking. You know how you look up, you get ready to run because you're in the hills and stuff like that. You look up at the peak of that hill. If you look up there first, you might lose the edge you need to get up the hill. If you don't look, you just look down and drive, you might make it. That's what we're looking at now. Oh, the 49ers look like they're in trouble. And even if we could get some of those guys back, it would at least be something you could actually rely. If I got Trent Williams over there on the left, I got Ayuk, I believe we could go toe-to-toe with the Rams all day. But man, y'all gonna take the key players out. Come on, man.
Ronbo, this is a disaster. Why did I hear Kyle Shanahan say we have Marcel Harris practicing as linebacker
See,
and we
that shows how bad
possibly
it
may
is.
have Jonas Griffith playing? Like, what the hell? We are cursed.
We're
We're
piecing
cursed
together
this season.
practice. Piecing together people in practice.
We're
Oh.
piecing together practice. Tom Compton gets a concussion in a walkthrough. How do you have a concussion in a walkthrough? Come on, people.
Woo!
That man should never see the sideline or even the field again. He was a concussion in a walkthrough. Come on now, like
Did you see how
Daniel
Kyle
Brunskill
said
is
it during the
staying
presser?
essentially.
You checked out how Kyle said it during the presser. Hey, that was just through a walkthrough.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he didn't say anything, but he told us afterwards.
Jesus.
So now we got Tarvarius Moore starting. We possibly got to have two brand new linebackers in here. This kid Jonas Griffith, I have no idea what he's going to bring because, to tell you the truth, if anybody out there looked at his college tape, there was nothing impressive about it.
D, I
Jonas
just
Griffith,
realized something.
he had tackles.
Wait, when did they call Jonas back? Remember, he got cut.
Oh, I've been called Jonas back. Jonas been on practice squad for like a week or two now.
Yeah, right. But it's recent.
Yeah, he's been on.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, they recently.
That's why I said, where have I heard that name?
Signed and then we signed those cement shoes Jordan Matthews again. For what reason, I have no idea.
And D, let me ask you this.
Did you see Muhammad Sanu go off? Yeah.
Oh, right,
we
he
let him
should.
go, but we kept Dante Pettis. He had a nice little time. He had a nice little game. But no, we let Muhammad Sanu go and kept Dante Pettis, and then wound up cutting
and then you
him.
bring Jordan Matthews in for reasons like you mentioned. Well, let me ask you this question: what is going on with Juwan? I mean, why don't they want him to play?
This is really, I don't know, because they've said nothing. And you know what's really pissing me off about Kyle, and what's really pissing me off about the media is they're not asking the questions. Where's Ronald Blair? Where's Weston Richburg? Where are these two players that should have been back by now? What is happening with D Ford? They just completely have dismissed him. I get it because we all feel that way.
They think we don't know.
But
what do you think's going on with those people? I already know. What do you think?
D Ford need to retire. That's what's going on with him.
He's not coming back this year.
That's his problem. D Ford ain't coming back this year. And if they keep him for next year, they're idiots.
Mm-hmm.
They're idiots.
How about
Weston Richburg? He probably ain't going to show up this year.
Done.
Because they said Weston Richburg was on track to be available after the bye week. And then randomly now he ain't on. There's no mention of him whatsoever. Ronald Blair out here tweeting about stuff that happened in the damn Super Bowl. Why don't you worry about getting your ass on the field and getting some damn sacks? We need your help. Like, what are we doing? I mean, I like the fact that Tarvarius Moore is going to start at safety. That part I'm very happy with. But then you know what's going to happen? We have Daniel Brunskill at center and Colton McKivitz at right guard against Aaron Damn Donald. And possibly no Trent Williams. If Trent Williams doesn't start, you know who's going to start? We're going to start Justin School. You know what's going to happen? Nick Foles is going to die on Sunday. And I don't mean that literally. I mean it figuratively. The man's going to die. Because ain't nobody going to stop Aaron Donald.
I've already predicted CJ's going to get some game time due to not because Nick was looking bad.
Not because Nick's
not
doing
able
bad.
to continue.
It's the fact that they're going to be getting hit so much. I mean, it's going to kill him. Like, there is no, my thing is, Rasu got activated from the COVID list. Why, Kyle? Why? Do you have this ego that's out of control? He's nothing like his father. His father might not have liked certain players, but he would put you on the field. If his dad had a day with Shannon Sharp, he wouldn't sit him and put it in the backup. He'd start Shannon Sharp. You know why? Shannon Sharp is a damn good tight end. Gives you the best opportunity to win. So you know what you do? You start Shannon Sharp. I don't care if you don't like the damn tie he was wearing. You start him. Why? Because he's better than what you have behind him. Like, what are we doing? You're piecing together an offensive line. We can't get through practice strictly based on the fact we don't even have enough people. We have a safety and a linebacker who has no NFL experience whatsoever, possibly going to start against Fred Warner. We have to hope that Jonas Griffith randomly shows some kind of inkling that he knows what he's doing.
He's not playing. D, he's not playing. Look, the guys that were sick will be back Sunday. Jonas
Let's
has
pray to
not had
God
enough
that
reps,
happens.
enough practice. He is not ready for
I
prime
can't.
time.
Yeah, because I'm really like right now. This season is so injury plagued, and I'm really tired of everybody just randomly getting hurt. Like they even asked Jimmy Ward about it, and he was like, "Man, everybody gets hurt. I've been hurt
Yeah,
most of
Jimmy's.
the time that I've
We've
been
been doing
here."
this
It's
for
like,
years. Yeah.
yeah, like this ain't nothing new. Like, but this year is worse than other years.
Yeah,
Other years we
Jimmy's.
didn't have to really depend on our depth like that. And Jimmy, at least he admitted, yeah, I've been hurt most of the time. But we know, Jimmy.
I know, right?
We know. And
That's
you
why he said
randomly
anything about that.
you showed up. You showed up last year, didn't you? Because you wanted to get paid. Now you got your money, and you're all right now, huh? But that's what's going on, man. And we're just decimated so much. And I'm like, you can barely rotate guys in and out to play on the defensive line. Like, it's so thin.
Yeah.
The only depth we really have is cornerback.
Yeah.
Because I could tell you right now, they're going to start Sherman Barrett, and they'll probably mix in a little bit of Mosley. Of course, Jamar Taylor's going to play his the slot role and try to keep Cooper Kupp locked down.
Which is going to be interesting.
Hopefully, Kwan will come back the next, the week after. Luckily, we got that suspension lifted. So we don't have to worry about that part.
I couldn't believe that. They actually overturned one of the bogus calls.
But that's just a BS suspension, though. Like, Kwan, a slot defensive back using PEDs, really? That's what we're doing in the NFL? Come on, people. We gotta do better. But yeah, I don't know, man. This game is gonna stress me out. Like, I'm already close to 40. Probably gonna start losing hair, man. I'm gonna have to wear a hat every time I do my show.
This is why you're gonna get a shock. I have a feeling the 49ers are gonna put up a fight. They know they could have beat the Saints. It was their fault that they lost, not because the Saints outplayed them.
No, that wasn't their fault.
Today.
That was Kyle's fault.
Well, yeah,
that was Kyle. Let's blame the right person. That was Kyle because he didn't want to call. He didn't want to call the right plays. You kept giving it to old tired legs McKinnon, running the ball for nothing. Oh, I'm gonna run on a 4th and 1, and then I'm gonna do one of those delay plays on a 4th and 1 with no juice. Really?
Yeah.
They lived in our backfield. Hello. Hello.
Get rid of this person, please.
It sounds like somebody jumped in here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
When you call in, don't just start saying hello. We have you on mute. Just call in, freeze, and we'll bring you in. All right. But
all right, Ronbo. I know you.
Give me a score though.
Score prediction, man. It's gonna be a tight one. Hopefully, at least the defense will make it competitive. I say 20-17, and in favor of the Rams. I don't see us winning this game. I don't, just because there's nothing, man. We got a makeshift offensive line, and if Trent Williams doesn't start, Justin School is going to get murdered, and he's going to get Nick Mullins murdered too. So 2017 Rams. Unfortunately, I don't like going against us, but we don't have it this year. We just don't.
Well, we don't. Yeah, you know how much we have. $86 million
sitting on IR.
86.
And the only person on IR, and there's only 2 people on IR that's actually worth a damn, and it's Jimmy and George. And the reason I say Jimmy and George is because at least Jimmy was a starter at some point, and George, we know what he can do. But you got Nick Bosa sitting there. We can't do anything about that. He tore his ACL. It is what it is. You can't stop that.
Can you? But we got to go. But the thing is, can you be Jed York for a minute? $86 million. IR. Whatever.
I would live. Kyle would hate me because I'd be asking him, when are they coming back? I'm not paying them millions of dollars to sit on the bench.
I'd ask. I know.
He would live. Oh, I would live in his ear. I'd be sleeping next to Kyle in the bed with him and his wife. Hey, how's it going? When are they coming back? Weston he should be healthy. I'm paying him a lot of money. D4's getting a lot of money. I need them to come back. When are they coming back, Kyle? His wife would hate me. She would. She would be very upset. She'd be like, I hate your owner. And I'd look at her and be like, I love you too. All
He's
right,
Latter,
Bravo. Let me
Latter
get out of here,
Gang
man.
Podcast. You see him in the chat talking to those idiots that call themselves visitors. Hey, except that's D. Good, check him out. He's got content going. Like he says, right now he's a little less inspired. Get on over there and talk to him. Fam, I'll see you after the game.
All right, brother.
$86
Have a good day.
million. You too, man. $86 million. That's close to $100 million wasted. If I'm Jet, God, I wouldn't even be able to sleep at night. I got $86 million worth of players. I got all my Pro Bowlers except for 2 or 3. God. So, after I say you can call that excuse if you want to, but I want to know how good a team you'd run with $86 million worth of pros sitting on the bench. Hey, Pete, come on in, Pete.
What is up, Ronbo?
Pete, man, I'm sitting there. It's almost something to laugh about, You look at our team, and we were up to $80 million last week. From when I last counted, we were $80 million worth of pros sitting on the bench, right? We came close to winning that game, but no. We had to make a couple. The fumble from Richie, of course, to put them on in the red zone. Also, that Trent Taylor and Webster fumbling around down at the other end zone. Balls bouncing off against 49ers. Saints ball. That's 14 points. And what do we lose by? See, that's the thing. Somebody said this team has a character, but if you make enough goofy mistakes, you're still going to lose. So, you got to play perfect. Like Nick said, if I take care of the ball, I'm a damn good quarterback. I laughed when he said that. I said, well, Nick, take care of the damn ball. So
It's funny because we have decent quarterbacks. Jimmy's our best one, but they still don't teach him to throw it away or to keep it with the ball. Like that's our biggest problem when it comes to quarterbacks. We need to know how to throw it away or just keep it. Or hell, even scramble.
And make clear to him if the play is dead, don't stand there and go with plan C, which is to bite the dirt.
Yeah. It's funny because last year Jimmy was scrambling. Me and you both saw. Everybody saw he was scrambling for his life, getting first downs, a couple yards. Yeah. And now it's like that's not happening because Kyle isn't believable with quarterbacks, which kind of sucks. Because you have Josh Allen, Mahomes, Lamar, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones that are like all mobile QBs. And like that's the future right now is mobile QBs in the NFL.
Yeah.
And
Kyle's got to rewrite.
With all the old pocket.
He's got to rewrite his whole offensive playbook for that to happen. And will he do it? I wonder.
I wonder as well. But I've also noticed when Kyle's on a roll, he looks busy. He looks excited. When we're behind like 10, 14 points, he looks completely lost. And I don't know why. The game's still winnable. Don't act like it's the end of the season. Because we've seen what you did last year. We've seen what you've been doing against the Rams, Patriots, even the Cardinals. We should have won that. But he's a mastermind. Yeah. But he's not consistent. The Niners aren't consistent. You saw like that was the first half we were playing good defense and decent offense. When the second half came out, we just fell apart. We're not consistent at all. Same thing during the Super Bowl.
But do you wonder sometimes if the guys? It seems like whatever they did in practice. I get the feeling sometimes Shanahan gets frustrated because he's thinking, that's not what we did in practice. What are you guys doing? Because I got a feeling we know how smart he is, and we've seen. You saw how the Falcons played under Shanahan, and also maybe the Browns to some degree.
They played amazing. They played very good.
That's why I keep thinking they started from scratch with this team, right? To get that team to be on the same level with Kyle Shanahan, it could take longer than we thought. And also, last year may have been an overachievement. They may, and I was worried about that last year when the season started. Says, everybody said, we're going to Super Bowl last year. I don't know, guys. This team, we got a bunch of babies running around out there. And Kyle was still trying to establish a wide receiver room. Jimmy was in his first full year as a starter. I don't know, man. But I didn't see Mostert coming in looking like he was going to look either. And I didn't know Debo was going to
No.
finally explode into the right wide receiver he was. And I didn't know we were going to pick up Emmanuel Sanders, which pretty much was
Right.
connecting the right dots, right? So now,
It was.
and George Kittle, Mr. Perennial All-Pro, is out there to make sure to keep that all glued tight together. And it worked. But
It
we
did.
got exposed in the Super Bowl as being the inexperience and the polish needed to take it to that level showed up.
Yeah, because I feel like if we did very well last season and we made it to the divisional rounds and if we lost, that would have been
The
a
experience
good,
needed.
like, good place to just stop right there.
Yeah.
Good experience right there.
Yeah, it
Because
was.
in playoffs, we played against the Vikings. We stopped them because they're not even that good, especially with Dalvin Cook.
And the
And the
defense
Packers,
was killing.
well, we
killing
already saw what happened during Week 12. Yeah, but it was different with the Chiefs because they're the most balanced team on defense and offense.
And it showed. In that, especially in
And
the last closing minutes.
The problem, it was, and the problem we had all the season long was speed. We couldn't keep up with quarterbacks that had speed. We couldn't keep up with players that had speed, and the Chiefs got us. They just, it was hard to watch.
But you know, defensively, and Robert Saleh has to take some flack on that. And Jimmy Ward saying what he said was really disturbing. Jimmy, you know that play they ran when they finally got that speedy wide receiver theirs found a hole. Ward said they ran that play twice and they stopped it. Okay, well, Dub, why don't you guys discuss that on the sideline next time you come off the field? And sure enough, Hill finally got loose a third time, and it worked. Of course, they held Nick Bosa. You know, and Bosa still, and Bosa won't say anything, but I love the way he does say something. Bosa said, yeah, well, I'm not upset about that play anymore. You know, because they held Nick as he was about to take Mahomes down or at least hurry that throw, right? And, of course, Mahomes got the time he needed, and Hill was circling around as he was downfield, and he got it. You know,
Yeah,
so
he
see,
was.
you know, those are the little things that make the difference. And that was a turning point of the momentum in that game. And, of course, the 49ers lose the Super Bowl. But it's amazing how little events, sudden things like that can make that all that much of a difference. Because for all intents and purposes, the defense held the high-scoring Chiefs until the last few deadly minutes of that Super Bowl. We had it. We had enough points. We had a 10-point lead.
We did have it.
With about, what, 4 minutes left? Come on. That's terrible.
I think it was like it was a minute and 20 in the fourth quarter. And then Garoppolo overthrew it to Sanders.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, prior to that, we
Yeah,
already
but the
opened
thing
the
was-
floodgates.
Yeah, but the thing was, I think Chiefs still had 3 timeouts. We still had 2, so might have still been different.
Yeah, it's, you know.
But
that was a good learning
I'm not
experience.
talking about
And
the
if you
Super
could have
Bowl.
brought that whole team back, all of them,
Yeah.
they've already seen, they've already went through it all. It's like Sherman was saying, they ain't got to ask me no questions anymore because they know now they know. Well, you know, that's that. What happens? COVID and injuries. And so we're back to square one.
Sorry. But now that we're possibly going to get Sherman back against the Rams, it gives me a little hope because when Sherman was out there, nobody wanted to throw to him. That was him, Nick, Buckner, that front four. Those 5 guys were basically they were basically the monsters of Midway. I'm just gonna say it. And we just exposed offenses. We exposed Rodgers. And
Cousins.
dude, we even stopped Cook to 20 yards. Was it 20 yards?
Who?
Dalvin Cook?
Oh, Dalvin Cook. Oh, yeah, no, Cook wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 49ers defense was invincible last year. That's all there was to it. You couldn't run or throw. So even one-dimensional you weren't. You were completely limp. That was a hell of a defense on both front and back end.
And now that we're getting Sherman back, you know, it gives me a little hope for the secondary. But that front four, without Nick or Thomas, we can't get the edge on any quarterbacks. I feel like.
Yeah, that's looking. But they surprised me last week. I mean, against the Saints. So maybe we could see
Yeah,
another
they did.
surprise coming this week. I don't know. It's kind of hard to call the 49ers right now because, like, was that Dion that pointed out the character of a team is tested, and this team has character. They don't have the bullets, but they got the character. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, we
Pete,
do. Yeah, they do.
Pete, what do you got for a score? Because we're out of time.
My prediction. This is probably gonna be a long shot, but 34-27 Rams. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay, no, it's okay.
But
it's easy to understand.
But hey, if they surprise us, then they surprise us. If they can win against the Rams, then that gives us a little bit of hope against the Bills and against the Cardinals and definitely the Seahawks.
Well, you know, there's a difference between the Rams and the Bills because we play the Rams all the time and we know what they're going to do before they even get here. But the Bills, that's going to be a complete shocker because we don't know what they're going to do.
Is.
That's going to be so scary.
Even against Washington, I'll be honest. Even against Washington, because how they've been playing, and it's like, Chase Young is gonna. Oh my God!
That whole Washington defense, and who's that running back? I don't even know who he was. God, okay, let's worry about that when we get there. Pete, good stuff, man.
We'll worry about that.
I'll see you. See you after the game, huh?
All right, Ronbo. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I'll see you later.
Still eating turkey sandwiches. Got to do that. Thanks, fam. You have a good night.
Oh, yeah. All right, you too.
And Tony Nagatani, hell being the operative word. And Chiefs fans will argue with you all day. But you guys, man, you guys did some things wrong too. You know, hey, Steven.
Ronbo.
Steven, man, we're sitting there. We're still Niner fans, Steven. We're still talking about the 49ers like they. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. You got an echo or something going. If you got a speaker open, make sure you shut that down.
Let me go ahead and shut it down really quick.
All right.
All right. Sorry about that, Ronbo.
Nah, no problem.
So I called it. Right from when I first joined on the chat. I was like, watch, right when we come back from the bye week, we're going to be a little bit more healthy. We're going to take on the Rams. And I have a really good feeling that we are going to win. I have a pretty solid feeling. It's not going to be by a lot, but it's going to be a close game. And, well, how come?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a really good gut feeling that we're going to get Sherman back. That's for sure.
Right.
But he's probably maybe going to do 5 plays, get hurt, and then do his thing again.
But he's probably not going to play the whole game. You're probably going to see Sherman spurts and a lot of course, not Mostert, but Emmanuel Mosley.
Oh, yeah,
Just,
definitely.
after 2 months off. Yeah, just get him out there, get him warmed up.
And then who else do we got? So
Mostert.
I was over here.
What are you looking for from Mostert?
What am I looking for from Mostert?
Yeah.
Because he'll add a better depth to our running back lineup just because we have, like I said, what I said last time, McKinnon can't seem to find the hole. Mm-hmm. And it seems like Kyle Shanahan tells him, like, hey, you know what? Just run through the thick of it and hope for the best. At least with Mostert, he can just kind of like move around a bit.
Yeah.
And it'll help us out having him back because now we can take out, tired legs McKinnon and throw in Mostert because I know he's going to be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
We all know he wants it. He's been out for quite a while. Yeah. And
wouldn't you love to see Austin Walter alternate with him on occasion too? I really want to see more of that guy.
Oh, yeah. I want to see more of him. And who else are we getting back? I think, what was it, Richie James, right?
Yeah,
no, not
Richie
James.
Richie will be there. Yeah. Also, you know what? They haven't said Jeff Wilson Jr., I think he's in play. They didn't say he's not on any list. Kyle said he'd be back earlier in the week. I don't know. They didn't say anything. They don't say names anymore. We have to assume things.
No, they don't.
Huh.
And it's like, why? Why?
Well, you know about Weston Richburg and D. Ford and Ronnie Blair. I don't know. They won't talk about those guys because they don't want to deal with the media.
Ronald Blair disappeared, and that's a guy we really need. Weston Richburg and D. Ford. So this is the last thing I heard of D. Ford.
the last thing I heard about him was that he was no longer going to be able to play because of what happened to him in his back injury. It went from a neck injury to a back injury, and then overall they
Wait,
just
it started
said
as
it was
calf.
a spinal issue.
Hey, Stephen, it started as calf, and then it migrated
It started in his
to
calf.
his neck. Yeah, for me, it was a calf strain, and then it migrated to his neck, and now his back won't work. See, I'm done with D.
And they're saying
D's
that he
done.
might not be able to play at all anymore.
I don't think so. I think it's time to retire.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm like, you know what, man? You've been a hot topic all last year for a kind of a good reason, and then this year you got hurt during practice, and now it's like now you're nowhere to be found. Same thing with Weston Richburg. I don't remember ever seeing him play like this year.
No,
He
you
just kind of
haven't.
was like, hey guys. Yeah, and I'm like, it was like he signed his contract, did good, did decent last year. I'll say that. He did decent last year.
Richburg?
Over
Hell
the summer,
yeah.
he's like, you know what?
When he's out there, he can play. He's damn good. Him and
Yeah.
D Ford. That's what's so killing
yeah.
us. Yeah.
And, you know, like, man. And I was overhearing about the rookie that we got. What's his name?
Colton McKivitz, offensive line.
McKivitz.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a little hope in him just because the last time we picked a few people off the practice squad, they did pretty good.
Well, yeah.
They did all right. And I'm going to hope for the best. I don't know. I heard Dion talk about how, what was it? Was it Marcel Harris being linebacker?
Yes.
Did I hear that correctly?
That's true. Marcel had to plug in because Alshar and Dre Greenlaw they're going through some kind of an illness. Not necessarily COVID, but they're not feeling well.
Oh, my God, man. You know what, Ronbo? They should just have open tryouts at this point. It's just, oh, my God. Might as well. I'm like, are you insane? Do you have any idea, like, what kind of conditioning you have to do? It's like, you know what, man, let's just throw the kitchen sink in there while we're at it, too. You know what? Forget it. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald is going to get through us. But this is my biggest thing. This is my biggest gripe. We're going to win, and it's going to be an ugly win. It's going to be probably the ugliest win we'll have on our record.
They fumble the ball.
It's not going to be.
And it's like 14 seconds left. They fumble the ball. We pick it up, run it in for a touchdown, and they take their time getting to the end zone, let the clock run around, and we win.
Yeah, pretty much kind of like that. Like it's gonna be the ugliest game. It's gonna look similar to when Dallas played against Philadelphia on Monday night.
Oh,
That game was sheer ugly. Like that, it was like fumble after fumble after fumble after fumble, and then they kept recovering it.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna look like a Pee Wee League game, but it's gonna be a win that we'll need. And I see.
I'll take any win. I don't care.
I have a good feeling we're gonna get it.
If we just win, God, I hate losing. That's such a weird feeling after the game. You sat there for 2.5 to 3 hours, and they lost. And especially when they could have won.
And the Niners. Here's the thing: the Niners have potential even without our like star players. It's shown. We've seen it happen. Remember what we had to do with Philadelphia?
Yeah, we saw it last week against the Saints.
We did. Yeah, and like we held them. We didn't win, but we held them. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that I got to commend Saleh for. Like that guy knows what he's doing. You know, if he's like, I'm not going to strain my players because I don't want more people to get hurt, and then now I'm going to have to take off the head coaching, the microphone and put on the pads myself to go out and play. He's smart about it. He's like, I'm not going to waste more players to being injured for a win that we technically don't even really need. You know, it comes down to our division, which is the NFC West. And right now, the way it's looking, if the Niners win next game against the Rams move down, Niners kind of stay where they're at. If we keep going and then the Cardinals and Seahawks lose to their division games, it's going to be a fair game for everybody. It's going to be open season for any team.
In fact,
and by the time we see the Cardinals and the Seahawks,
Stephen, hold right there, though. I just want to look at those numbers. You know why? Because the 49ers, we sat and watched the Washington team vault themselves into first place in the NFC East, right? But now you got other teams with the 3-3-3. I think Philly's got 3-7-1. Dallas is 7. You now you got this situation going. Maybe 3 more, 4. 7. Anyway, now you got this situation where we were sitting in a good position as a wild card team. If we lose this week, it's going to be interesting to see our wild card chances diminish now. As far as winning, if you're talking about winning the West, go ahead, continue. I want to hear this.
Yeah, like I do see it. If we beat the Rams, and like I said before, we're probably not going to beat the Bills. That's fine. That's fine. That's it's not going to happen. I don't foresee us surprising them and saying, "Hey guys, we're here." Because the only team that ever happens to is Pittsburgh, and it's shown every time they go against North Carolina in the playoffs. They always get surprised, and they always lose to the Panthers. It's not going to happen with the 49ers and the Bills, though. Washington, I have a good feeling we'll take and we'll win. But winning the division, a lot of fans say it's a far shot, but it's not as far as you really think. Because if you look at it, everyone in our division is all the points right now. I'll go ahead and say right now, all the points right now for every team. Rams have 0.7. Seattle has 0.7. Cardinals have 0.6. We have 0.4. If we beat Los Angeles, we'll be closer to Arizona. And if Arizona blows, let's see who they play really quick. I got their schedule right here. I'm looking at it.
Hurry, because we're out of time, and I need your score.
Oh, okay. So I have a good feeling that we're going to win 24 to 21. It's going to be flat out. It's going to be super close. It's going to come down to the nitty-gritty, but the Niners are going to win 24-21. Plain and simple. And I'm going to leave it at that.
All right. I tell you what, good stuff, Steven. I love the way you actually there's hope from what you just said. I love it. I'll see you. I'll see you after the game, okay?
All right, I'll see you.
All right, fam. NG49, thanks, fam. Every game since week 1 has felt like a must-win. It has been, And Bruce Meow, don't test me, man. I detest racism. I'm serious. Don't test me. You're not funny. Tony, come on in.
Aloha, Ronbo. How are you doing today?
Tony, man, I'm telling you, I love it. We still have enthusiasm amongst the group. We still believe, I believe. But Tony, give us the gospel truth. Because I know Tony lines up things in such a logical fashion. It's like the bad news given to you under no uncertain terms. Tony, please, take it away.
Okay. So we want to talk about the gospel truth. So I read a column in Sports Illustrated by Jack Homer, who basically talked about one of the reasons why the Niners are having such bad injury issues, which is the real reason why we're going to have a hard time winning this game. And that is because Kyle Shanahan runs kind of soft practices and has since he came into being the head coach of the team. And what Homer pointed out was when Harbaugh was the head coach, he still did live tackling, even though it was for a limited period during the practice time. And Harbaugh likened that to building up calluses. And I think over the course of several years of Shanahan running these no-tackle practices, it's led to the injury-prone players don't get weeded out during practices. And thus, the team in games is suffering these injuries, which has kind of been detrimental to the team this year. And especially as we're seeing it along the offensive line, which is, the real reason why we're going to have a hard time winning this game in Los Angeles, as everyone has pointed out, is just how much this line has had to shuffle. Like Grasu is probably the best option we have at center, but he's in Shanahan's doghouse or whatever that is. Brunskill should be starting at right guard.
Remember, he said that after the game with the Seahawks.
Right. When they blitzed up the middle, like all second half, and I know Grasu had a really bad PFF rating that game, and I'm not saying he played well. He played well against the Rams, though. Like he was starting center with Brunskill at right guard when they shut down Aaron Donald against the Rams, and they should go back to that recipe because that's really the only hope they got. The other thing about keeping Brunskill at the right guard position and having Grasu play center is if School blows it again, we can shuffle Brunskill to left tackle like they did last year against the Packers and maybe have a little bit of hope of doing something. But at the same time, this whole thing is, there are some bright spots. If we get Mostert back and if we get Jeff Wilson Jr. back, and of course Debo, if those three play, like we're going to be able to execute a lot more offensively than we were able to the past few weeks. But I think, though, this is shaping up to be, I think, a defensive struggle of a game. because the Rams have the best defensive tackle and the best cornerback in the league on their side, and they've been playing good defense with that Fangio disciple. And Saleh, I think, is the best defensive coordinator in the league, and the 49ers D is going to bring it. And so, I mean, I actually think it's like I'm going to give thanks right now because it is Thanksgiving week, and I'm actually going to say Niners 17, Rams 16 in a defensive struggle of a game, and Fred Warner gets a pick six because he's due for one. But I don't know. I want to have hope, Ronbo. I really, really want to have hope.
And you know what, Tony, that made a lot of sense. And you know, a lot of things you pointed out, we've all been watching but didn't want to admit. Tony said, Tony, what you gave? Was that your score? 17-16.
17-16. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The things you pointed out, we've all been. You watch Kyle, and some of the things he does. Some of us, I don't want to question it because he is Kyle Shanahan. And the thing is, when you really look closely, I don't know if Kyle would probably admit, yes, probably not the best judgment call on my part. He might even admit some of these things, you know? So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, I on the injury front, I really do want to. I mean, I'd like to see some other teams and the way that they practice. But even Bill Walsh had a tackling period. Even though again it was smaller than most teams, like the window of actual live tackling during the practices. But I really do think that over the course of the years that Shanahan has been head coach, they haven't been doing live tackling. And I'm not saying it's making the team soft because the defense comes out and plays hard every single week, and they can put up yards, and they almost won the Super Bowl last year, so they're not a soft team. But I think it's just that Harbaugh point with injuries being like a callus, and if you do live tackling during practices, it builds up those calluses. So when you get to the regular season, that you're going to see fewer injuries. And of course, COVID didn't help. And the no training camp didn't help anything, and it kind of just sort of exploded in our faces. And I just, this team just needs to get healthy, Ronbo. That's all it is. It's all injury related,
Oh, Tony, thank you. That's what I've been saying. You got on social media, everybody's trying to replace everybody on the team. I said, you know what? You can replace everybody on the team, and they come in and get injured. You're going to get the same results. It's not about the quality of the team. It's that nobody's playing.
Yeah.
$86 million. That's a lot of players.
Yeah. It's a lot of money on IR. And Jed York, I'm sure, is very angry about about all that. We talk about dead money. That's it's almost worse than dead money because those players should be playing, So
yeah. So they'll next year. I hopefully the season starts out with normal practice and everything's normal. Tony, did you see the Dallas Cowboys? I'm sitting there watching the stands are filled up with 30,000 people. I said, "Oh, what is that like?" That's the biggest.
That's Texas being Texas.
But that's the biggest fan gathering yet to see. I don't think anybody's come close to 30,000. I think the Chiefs had 15. The Saints had less.
Yeah.
They still had a few people. But, Tony, I just wish the 49ers could put a few people in the stands. At least a few.
Yeah. Well, this week, though, we're away anyway. And we're going into Los Angeles, which has a really bad COVID problem. So I don't.
No.
For the safety of the players.
Yeah, you don't want, but it's got to be an open air stadium. That air's got to, in fact, have huge fans go and just blow that air around or something. But it's a scary situation with that, because the players do get sick. And, the stands are located up a couple of rows, not in the first section. They've all got that marked off with advertising signs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
It makes a difference. I think the players draw energy from that,
Yeah. Well, no doubt about it. If someone else made this point earlier, but if that Ayuk hurdle play had happened and there were fans in the stands, the momentum off that play alone probably would have put it over the top. So
the lights would have went all the way out, man. I would have just drove the place crazy. So true.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and also from a opposition perspective, like when you hush up a crowd because your team plays well, that's energizing for the visiting team too. So it cuts both ways.
Yeah.
Energy is real, and you got momentum is real, energy is real. So
that's it.
Oh boy. But
Good stuff, Tony.
I think we have hope. I think it's a defensive
Yeah,
game.
you
That's what I
gotta
think.
keep
Anyway,
hope.
thanks a
We're
lot, Ronbo.
fans. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you support your team. Yeah, I mean, whiners consider, oh, we got no chance and we suck. I mean, I can't respect this kind of fan. I can tolerate them, but in the back of my mind, they suck. But if you're gonna be real about it, okay, you can be real about it. But don't give me grief because I believe in the team. This is the only thing I have a problem with. Because a lot of people will do that.
Yep.
So anyway, but Tony.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Division game, Ronbo.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you.
All right. Take care of yourself, buddy.
You too, fam. All right.
Aloha.
Oh, God. Let me reiterate, being non-white, anybody can be a racist, okay? So no matter what you are, black people can be racist. I know some. So that's not an excuse to say you're whatever. Racism is racism. You don't call people out on what their color. They have no choice in how they came into this world. That's why I hate racists. It's illogical. Hey, Emilio!
Hey, Michael Jackson had a choice.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, see? And that's what I mean. He went too far. He didn't know who he was afterward. That's a great example, you know what I'm saying? Oh, God. But anyway, man, we're digging this hole. It's getting deeper, Emilio. If the 49ers would pull off a miracle, though, what about a punch that would give the whole Niner Empire? Because, the 49ers are down to we're like the 300 guys against the Persian army, right? I mean, they guys come out there, they got 300 dudes against the mighty empire, and they stood out there for days. So that's us. That's us.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not. I'm want to win, but I don't know if we can because it's just too many players. At this point, it's just COVID and it just killed us, and the NFL just made it worse by not having the Steelers play. We got bullied into playing the damn game. Why couldn't they play the game?
I know, right?
Lamar Jackson. Okay, we didn't have Jimmy. So what's the difference?
Why doesn't somebody ask some questions about that?
We didn't have Debo.
Right. Why is nobody asking any questions about that?
That's part of the reason we got what's the name back for that suspension. Let's try to kind of make up somewhat for it. That's what part of the reason what that was. You can kind of tell what that was. We apologize. We didn't mean to suspend him. Take him back. That's part of the reason that happened. You can kind of tell.
Yeah, and also Thursday night was the only game, right? But wait, Thanksgiving Day weren't they supposed to play Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, that was
right. And then I think they were gonna move this Sunday, and now they're saying move them to Tuesday. Okay, so we had half a squad out against the Packers.
Because part of it it's kind of a money game, and then the divisional game. So it's kind of the same thing, but what did you think the 49ers the Packers game was? It's just the NFL is a joke.
The only thing I think of, it was the only game being played, right? Thursday night game was only us. So they can't really cancel that one. There's too much money involved. So the 49ers, sorry guys, you got to do the best you can with what you got. Y'all wasn't going anywhere anyway.
They came out
and said, y'all wasn't going anywhere anyway.
It's money spots. People paid money. So they made so many excuses. I'm like, what does it matter? I'm like, you guys can make up the money somewhere else. Not like you guys can't. You're not. No, sorry, you guys are not a billion dollar company. No, you're not. Like really, it's just stupid excuses.
Yeah.
They just thought Niners suck anyways. I just let them play and get the game out of the way.
Mm-hmm. So
but,
it's from here. It's going to be and the thing is, if we win this game, it will be hilarious. So. Because that would make us look like we're bad as can be. 49ers came out there. They should have won. They should have lost against Green Bay, but they should have beat the Saints, and they finally pulled it together. Because one thing about Kyle Shanahan, if you do like you're told, you got a chance. It seems.
No, you do, but it's just
even if you're not that good.
I don't even know if I could. Yeah, no. I mean, anything can happen. Like I said, we almost had a chance against the Saints if we didn't have our stupid fumbles and miscues and whatnot. We could have had the game, but like I said, at this point, I don't even know what to decide. At this point, I'm gonna just watch the game.
That's all you can do.
See what happens.
That's all you can do.
I can't. Yeah, I don't even know. I honestly don't know because the offensive line is messed up. We got players on COVID. We got injuries. This team is all over the place. We just can't win if we lose. No matter we get good news, and it's basically taking one step forward, two steps back. So it's kind of we get some positive news, and then we get some negative news the next following day. So it's just like you can't even get happy. It's like when we picked up attack, and then all of a sudden, oh, you know what? You better physical. Bye.
Hey, wait. The Raiders picked him up. I brought that up. The Raiders picked him up. Okay, there was a day or two you had to wait, and then you could pick him up. Well, what the 49ers fell down on that again? The 49ers, how come you didn't get Dak? I mean, you could get him now without having to go through anything.
Did he pass his physical? Did he pass his physical with the Raiders?
No, there was a period there. I think you have to recompensate. I think you got to compensate Atlanta. And then Atlanta cuts him completely loose, I guess. And then he was eligible last Wednesday or something like that.
We're just all over the place, man. I can't, like I said, I just want to watch the game, see some positives. I'm not hoping, good if we win, but what I want to see, if Ayuk plays, I want to see Ayuk improve because at this point, I want to see him better. I just want to see him do what he needs to do to become a better receiver. So I'm gonna just look out for certain players
in this wasted season. Just learn.
No, well that's the other thing. So Ayuk is the one player I'm looking out for. Like I said, we see like he's gonna look like he can be our number one. So I just want to see him, catch the ball and see if he can score or whatnot, get some yards, see what he can do. Him and maybe other players maybe on defense, see what we can do for next year. Because at this point, that's all we can do now. It's just like, see what we have for next year. If we win the game, then So if we do win this game, then we can say, okay, now we still have a chance to try to get to the playoffs. But right now, as of this game goes, I'm just looking at players, see what we can do for next year, or just to see where they can improve and what do they need to do.
Hey, Emilio, next year you talk about Debo and Ayuk. That's gonna be a bang. They got the maturity now. They got the polish.
I've been wanting to see that the whole season. I've been wanting to see Debo, Ayuk, and Reed and Kittle and Raheem all at once, but we haven't had that. Not one game. I think we can't get one game with all four of them on the field. We cannot see that.
That's what kills me, Emilio.
That's hard. I've been wanting to see
right
that
there.
Oh
man! Everybody's leading.
Those two are two tight ends. That'd be great.
Jordan Reed's talking about being sick
Debo,
now.
See? So it's just, like I said, you can't win for losing it with this team this year. Yeah. Like I said.
You got a score?
God, I don't even know. At this point, I don't even know. But I say if we do win, I say it'd be a close one. I say we win 21-17.
Yeah. It's hard. I always find it hard to actually, even if I don't believe it, I can't make my mouth say the Niners are going to lose. I just can't do it. It just doesn't feel good.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but like I said, that's why I said if we win this game, that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't give you a losing record if you want me to, but like I said, if we win 21-17.
I mean, we all know the odds are stacked against the 49ers. I mean, they might as well be looking down a well, But you still want to believe. Yeah. If nothing else, just believe.
The only true. The only positive we have in this game against the Rams this week is that they played on Monday. That's the only positive upside we have. So a short week for them. We had 2 long weeks to prepare. So.
Yeah.
So that's the only positive. That's the only upside we have against them. But let's see what happens tomorrow.
I know, right? Because we're going to have our moments. We're going to have our moments. Because anytime Debo's on the field, there's going to be those moments. No matter what. Him and Mostert. These guys are bang, bang playmakers. And Mostert may jerk one all the way through that line of scrimmage. And you know what happens after that? The secondary ain't got a chance.
Yeah.
That boy is gone. So it could be fun.
So yeah, it's a good thing they got. It's a good thing they got them. But are they both coming back, Debo and Raheem on this game, or no, they don't know
at
yet?
this
I know
hour,
Raheem's coming back. But.
Yeah, but both are back.
Okay, them two. Okay.
And Jeffrey Wilson
They're both
might be back.
Just waiting for Ayuk. We're just waiting for Ayuk, huh?
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. But he ain't had no practice all week.
Okay.
But maybe Kyle's been working with him what the players should be. Because you get a different game plan every week, right? So I don't know if Ayuk knows anything about what's going
Pretty
on.
much.
He needs some
But
time.
he should kind of know the game plan already. Anyway, he's
Yeah.
been on the field, so
Yeah.
he should really know what to do.
Otherwise,
His thing,
Richard
that
James.
means he might not play him too, or not play him, but I mean not overwork him too much.
Yeah.
But if he can catch the ball here and there, and
Otherwise, it's gonna
third
be
down
Richard James
situations or big runs.
standing in for Ayuk's. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
kind
what
of,
happens. I
I
like
kind of
that.
don't. I'd rather have Richard James. I'd rather have Richard James in the slide. I don't want to see him at number 2. I mean, unless he can do what he did against the Packers game, I'm all for it. But
I know.
I don't know.
Richard James is very. I don't know. We'll see. All right, fam. I tell you what. I'll
He's
see you after the
between-
game, huh?
I guess he's in between. He has a good game and then he has a downer. So it depends. But all right,
All right,
see you
fam.
game day.
You did.
Yeah.
Night video.
Let it.
And there he is. Well, it's a big show. Show says Trent Williams, Brandon Ayuk are huge pieces missing for this game. Well, I know. I for sure know. I just can't get over it. He said, I appreciate the enthusiasm and optimism. However, Niners 20, Rams 28. And you're being nice about it. If I was going to be real, and I refuse to. I'm not going to sit here and say the 49ers are going to lose. If I was going to be real about this, you want to know what the truth is? Rams could win that game putting a 40 burger on the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. If, indeed, we can't do anything about Aaron Donald, there's going to be turnovers badly. And that ball's going to be in the Rams' hands a lot. And that new running back they got, he ain't bad, okay? And what if those 2 wide receivers and Cooper Kupp start rolling, all right? Make no mistake, call me Homer all you like. Believe me, I know what's up at stake, and I know the potential possibilities. I just refuse to say it. But the 49ers could stand to get a 40-point beating if things go like the Rams could possibly do. Aaron Donald being the key, Brockers, and that frontline defense is looking better now than it did last time we seen them. Oh, yeah. I know it, but I refuse to acknowledge it. Go ahead. You do it. I ain't doing it. Hey, show, thanks for that contribution, Phil. Hey, Jay.
Ronbo, my man.
Jay, come on in, man, as you rolling down the road. Jay,
You already know it.
it's looking like Coolio singing as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Jay, it's bad. It's real bad. But
Bad is good right now.
But you know what? That's why they play the games. Somebody gonna mess up. And you know what I enjoy, Jay? If the 49ers were somehow to pull off this miracle, nothing looks more fun than McVay's face when the 49ers have embarrassed him. Like last year when we pulled that game out in the last couple of minutes when Jalen Ramsey screwed up and that other kid that they had playing safety. And Jimmy dropped that bomb down the field, Emmanuel Sanders. They started looking and pointing at each other. McVay's face on the sideline. That was an epic moment. I said, Jalen, you supposed to be the one getting paid. Don't be looking at that rookie. That was you. He's out there talking the boy down. Oh, I said, that's funny. But Ramsey looks good right now, though. He's part of that defense. And we're going to have trouble moving the ball on those guys for sure. What are you thinking, though?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking I think it's going to be like 27-13 Rams.
Only 27?
Yeah, only 27. Our defense is good enough. We're going to see what this slack is. We're going to see what Taylor look like in this slap. If y'all want him full time.
Taylor?
Right? We know what K1 do against Cooper Kupp. So now it's time to see what
Jamar.
Taylor can do. Yeah. You know, because everybody talking about we don't need K1 no more and Jamal this
Who
and
said
that.
that?
So,
Oh, I
I
made it clear.
I've been hearing it.
Ooh, I said, you know what? I want them both. Taylor ain't gonna cost no money. Pay K1, and if anything goes happen, because K1 misses a couple of games every year, fam. You notice that?
Oh,
K1 he misses
yeah.
time.
But he played tough though, you know what I mean? And that's he played with that dog in him. He come up there, he throw his body in an early tackle, so you can't get mad at a player like that. And let me confront something about these injuries. Everybody talking, man, y'all must ain't never played football a day in y'all lives. Injuries gonna happen, man.
Every week.
And all this hitting in practice, that ain't toughing you up. It's conditioning and training your body in the off season, in our all season programs and tour days and all that to get your body. You not hitting during the week when you play on Sundays. Man, they professionals. Well, only reason you hit that much is to get guys used to getting hit and learning how to tackle. They don't know how to tackle. Other than that, during the season, 16 game NFL season, you don't need to be hitting. No, y'all.
And also, what most people don't understand is when I always get a kick out of, man, we need to trade for somebody who doesn't get hurt. I always laugh at that. Okay, you've never, like you said, you never played ball, huh? You know, there's no such thing as a player so good and tough he can't get hurt. Okay, it's always a luck of the draw. You could go a whole season like Nick Bosa did. Nick Bosa got a history of getting hurt. Like last year, he didn't. Right, and so I'm telling you, dude, this is violence from the first moment. Everybody has a 50-50 chance of survival. That's what's so incredible about this game. It's a it's a warriors contest. That's all the bottom line.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you look across the league right now. I mean, there's a lot of teams that have been decimated by injuries. Eagles, I mean, I can't really name all of them over here, but it's a lot of things. And as far as that Ravens game, why they canceled that game, and ours was so different. They had players coming positive a day and two before the game, so it wasn't no real way that they could test everybody and everybody passed the test in time to have a game.
Yeah.
See, we had like 5 players, but we still had like 2 or 3 days for everybody else on the team to test positive. The games could still go on.
Yeah.
And why are we complaining? This season is over. Everybody calling up here sounding so sad, like they want to cry. Like, what? What's wrong? We got next year. Next year be fine. With Jimmy be gone, we had that elite quarterback finally. We'll be all right.
Oh, it's a fantasy. It would be nice, but I tell you, man, I hope Nick comes back still looking like Nick. If there's anything that really worries me, it's that.
Oh yeah. No, Nick gonna come back, and Nick is a whole league. Man, I was watching Nick highlights yesterday. Man, oh, we miss him so much. Can't wait to get him back.
That dude. Everybody calls Buckner the captain of that defense. Honestly, Jay, I love Buckner and all, but the captain of that defense last year, his name was Nick. Defoe.
No, Buckner part the leader, the captain, but the impact player was Nick.
Yeah.
He was the game changer.
Because when that ball was snapped, the quarterback knew he's on limited amount of time, and that made everybody else. Because when you get that guy quarterback that frantic, knowing that Bosa's somewhere out there, now everybody has a chance to eat, and he was the catalyst for that defense. We're finding that out now more than ever. But that was the dude.
Yeah. And that's different. That's different from last year. Like, a lot of people look at Kinlaw and they say, well, he's not doing what Buckner did. But if he had, Nick Bosa pressuring that quarterback on the outside, having that quarterback step up,
run you right into these people. Yeah.
Right in the Kinlaw. So his sack total bar be up higher than it is right now.
Mm-hmm. And he's learning pretty fast. And you know what? He was taking his cues from Nick anyway. I'll never get over that video, that slow-mo video. But, I mean, Javon was such a student of Nick's. He was going through there. They were showing him at the simultaneously. They was making the moves, pivot, hands, everything was coming through simultaneously. Look at that. They're in like
that was
sync.
God. That was beautiful. That was beautiful right there.
So he's willing to learn. Yeah.
Yeah. If we can get another DN like that and have Bosa train him up like that too, oh man.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine two of Nick's students and him on the field at the same time? Because and you know Nick went nuts last week when actually Kinlaw went down in the dirt. And you know how Nick used to come up like a cobra off the ground and take a man down? That's what Kinlaw did. Kinlaw hit the man. Boom, didn't give up on the play. Bounced up from the earth, grabbed that butt, and brought it down. Oh, look at that. I didn't know Kinlaw had that kind of athleticism. I didn't even know it. And that dive across the line of scrimmage to block that pass, he's got lots of potential. It's just got to be brought out, you know?
That's it. And that's what a lot of players on out there.
Oh, man, I know, right?
They just coming out of.
Jay, we're just seeing the surface. We're just scratching the surface. Watch it, boy. Brandon Ayuk is going to be a bad boy. Tell you.
Oh, yeah, that's our next superstar.
Jay, let me get your score, fam. So I'm going to see you after the game. You gave 27-13.
Oh, yeah, 27-13.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, I got it.
I like this right.
And all this illness going on, is not COVID. That's just the way Cal's taking. That's all.
Yeah, I know. It's just we got all the bad luck in the world. We didn't have this last year. We'll get it together. All right, fam. Jay, I'll at you after the game.
All right, I got you, Ronbo. Thank you. Appreciate you.
I
hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, man. I love you much.
I did. I hope you did too.
Already. You already know I gained 10 pounds.
It's easy to do, ain't it?
Bang, bang, 90 game.
Yeah.
We're going to be all right. Zach Wilson for president.
Okay.
All right.
Jay, rolling down the road, making the bucks with his big truck. Night, Jay.
Alrighty, have a blessing, Ronbo.
You too, fam. Oh God. Hey, Jay, a J2. Got a lot of J's.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, we're just looking at this game, man. We're looking in the mouth of the lion. You know what I mean? This game, because the 49ers, the Rams got all the weaponry they need. Basically, I don't know who they lost. They lost a couple of guys or something like that. But them dudes, the Rams is gonna be full force, and we're gonna come in there. We got a BB gun and a shotgun fight.
We don't even have that. We got a slingshot.
Boink. Boink.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
But David took out Goliath with a slingshot, so it could be done.
God.
So,
man. Yeah, because as I said, I didn't know they was going to do as well as they did against the Saints last week. We had the ball. We had possession of the whole first quarter. Outplayed them. The second quarter, things start changing a little bit, but we were still on it. It's like the 49ers ran out of gas. Even with that makeshift team, they was dealing. This team does still possess its character. So there's no promise that they could get beat to death.
Right. It's just really how the turn of the table went too, Ronbo, because we was on the top of the mountain last year, and then now we're at the bottom. So,
I know.
And it just really, really, give you a better perspective how you could be at the top one year and be at the bottom the next. So we gotta, as fans, we gotta start, figuring out just how we can, we put our team on the pedestal so bad that, I don't know, like it just twists on us or something about bad luck or something.
But Jay, you know what? As a matter of fact, we do it every year because we look at what we have, right? And if you look at that roster, when we started the season, that was an invincible roster. But what we failed to remember when we were getting all excited like that, we failed to realize, okay, you look good, but if you start missing those guys, you ain't gonna be looking good. Remember, guys go down every year, and see, I don't even think about that.
Right.
When I'm thinking about this team, ooh,
Right.
look at this.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Because we don't want to see our team having all these injuries, but at the same time, like you said, it's physically impossible to not have
Any
injuries.
Right.
We play you play a contact sport like that, and they're playing over a grueling season, 16 games, plus playoffs if you make it. So, that's a lot of football. That's a lot of wear and tear. So when people say, "Oh, you need to get this player in," like you said, it's the luck of the draw, Ronbo. So it's players
get rid
out
of this
there
guy. Get rid of that guy. Let's get
Right.
this guy. We need some guys that don't get hurt. Okay, I can see you've never played this game.
Right. Exactly. You got to minimize the injuries. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just a lot of luck. You know what I'm saying? A lot of players protect themselves. Some players do go all out, but they know how to protect themselves too.
Yeah, that's true. Some guys are good at avoiding injury, though. There are a few. I must say that.
Right.
I agree with that.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you just can't. It just happens. It's football. You know what I'm saying? It happens in every sport. It just don't happen in football. It happens in every sport. You jump in and hitting people. It just, you know what I'm saying? Running, all that cause injuries. You know what I'm saying? So, but besides that, Ronbo, I think we got a good shot of winning. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always pick the Niners to win.
Same
I'm
here.
going to say we
I
always
don't care.
got a great
We
shot.
can have 5 guys playing against 11. I'm still not going to predict a 49ers loss. I can't stand it.
Right.
I don't care what anybody says. All those stupid, you're delusional. You're not a realist. Stick it where the sun don't shine. I ain't saying the 49ers going to lose no game. It's like it's bad luck.
Right. You're going to be delusional on certain things. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be delusional on your...
Jay, I don't follow this to be miserable. Some people do. They
right.
really do. They like it.
Yeah, we're not Cleveland Browns fans.
We can't beat nobody.
You know what I'm saying? We're not Cleveland Browns fans. You know what I'm saying? So they enjoy losing. We enjoy winning. That's the difference. So... What I want to say is I'm going to go with 20-17 Ronbo. I think we can pull this game out because I think we do have their number. 20-17. I think we have the Rams' number. I just think if we could come out and, neutralize Aaron Donald, if we could do that again, then we have a good
that's
shot.
What I'm worried about, Jay. How do you shut down Aaron Donald like you did last time? Because fact of the matter is, Jay, you got a point. Like, this is the point also. I think Kyle knows how to beat those guys.
Right.
Yeah.
I think so, too, because he knows Sean McVay pretty well. You know what I'm saying? They was on the Redskins together.
That's right.
So, yeah, so he got knowledge of how to beat Sean McVay, you know what I'm saying? And it was the same with Matt LaFleur. It just so happened we just had so many injuries.
As long as he's got at least a handful of players, like we didn't against Green Bay. But you know what? The thing is, Robert Saleh is also starting to understand now that he's been in the league for 3 years as a head coach. He seems to be understanding. So if you see the Rams struggle out there, like we did, last time, because I'm telling you the truth, Jay, what they did to Aaron Donald last year, if somebody would have told me to put up $100 or $200 that the 49ers can shut down Aaron Donald, I wouldn't touch that bet with a 10-foot pole. Are you crazy?
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Dude's a beast, and you know what I'm saying? Well, he didn't even sniff Garoppolo. You know what I mean? So, so that was, great of itself. To actually, to shut somebody down that is such a beast like him. But, I just think we have their number, you know what I'm saying? And they might come out, blazing all cylinders too, because they have been playing well, and we expected them to be last of division. And to answer this question too, Rama, how are they figuring out how to sign their players? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we was talking about how broke they was, and now they signed, you know what I'm saying, Ramsey a big deal. They signed all their players to big deals, and still I don't
have
get
no
it.
idea.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
been asking this question for a long time, and I got Kansas City adding players. I got that explained to me that they kind of got guys sitting on old contracts until later, which I didn't even know was legal. I mean, because they picked up Le'Veon Bell. How the hell did you pick up Le'Veon Bell?
Right.
I don't know. I just don't get it.
With the massive contract they just signed, Patrick Mahomes is just.
And also that defensive lineman. They got several players.
Right.
How much is Tyreek Hill making? Okay. I don't know how some teams manipulate money, but if they're out mathing Parag Marathi, boys are bad. Okay, we'll see. Because the 49ers, everybody thinks the 49ers are going to lose everybody next year. It's like Dion said, we need about 15 of the people that are leaving next year. So I think the 49ers will be fine. Yeah. So it's not necessary.
And I think we need to keep, like you said, the players who's going to be actually there, because I don't think, Solomon Thomas is going to be here. I don't think Dee Ford is going to be here. I really, you know what I'm saying, Rich Byrne probably, maybe, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think Dee Ford is going to be here. Cause
Rich Bird's going to get a settlement, I'm pretty sure. Him and D.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Because the 49ers can no longer carry these contracts. If you're not able to help us, you can't just sit around drawing funds because we need those.
Right.
So you got to get rid. They're probably going to keep. If I had to guess, though, I think that Spoon stays for depth. So they'll offer him a contract.
I don't think so.
Wait, hear me out.
Ronbo.
Wait, hear me out. They'll offer him a contract that's workable for him. And then they'll let them go test the market because they're not going to offer them anything above a certain number. They're going to figure out the math is what they can afford. Kello, we'd love to keep you. Here's what we're going to offer. And he'll look at it and say, oh, wow. Okay, listen, why don't you go out and test the market? If you don't see anything you like, come on back. You got a place here. I got a feeling that's what's going to happen with him. And maybe others as well.
They probably would do
maybe
something
even
like that.
Kendrick Bourne. I'm not sure. It's hard to say who stays. So, fam,
yeah. Yes.
We got to go, fam. I'm gonna see see you after the game. All right.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Ronbo, and I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, brother.
I hope you did too, and happy holidays from here on too, fam. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Jim.
No doubt.
It's Dollar Bill Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, let me. Hey guys, listen. When you call in, please do not unmute. Just call in and freeze. That's all you do. We'll control the mute and unmute. Otherwise, we got chaos on the phone. Okay. All right. Well, go ahead, fam. Yeah, I'm sitting here crying about this game, knowing that we're David and Goliath again, like we are every week. But I'll be damned if I'm gonna vote against David. Go, Dave. But what are you thinking?
I got a question. I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm scratching my head as we speak. How in the hell does Tom Compton get a concussion through walkthrough?
He sucks. He sucks before we brought him over here, and now he's just really sucking it up. I have no idea. What did you do? Walk into a doorway? I don't know.
Man, as of right now, Ronbo, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say tonight. This season is dreadful, embarrassing, disappointing. I mean, I could go on and on. And we only got 6 more games left, and that's still a lot of games left. And I'm just ready to get it over with. I'm ready to get put out of my misery for this 2020 season. Because this is ridiculous. But I mean, I just don't know. I don't know what Kyle is doing. Kyle is being suspect to me. Not from a coaching, not in general from a coaching standpoint, but I don't know what he's doing now, I'm suspecting that he's tanking. I really am because
you know what? Not tanking, Will, but gave up. Because Kyle's looking at what he's got to work with, and he said, I don't know what people expect me to do. I mean, I know what I'm doing, but I'm no miracle worker. That's
this is the thing. Grossu was off the COVID list. He's now off the COVID list. But in your interview, you stating that Brunskill is playing center, and you got McKivitz playing the right guard. Why is Grossu not playing the center and putting Brunskill over there to Aaron Donald? I'm pretty sure we know that Brunskill is 2-0 against Aaron Donald. You know that, right? He's 2-0 against Aaron Donald.
Yep.
So I don't care. I don't care if Grossu's in the doghouse. Put that man behind that ball and hike it so he can hike it to Nick Mullins. If you want to keep the season alive, but it don't make sense. And then on top of that, we didn't even know this. Greenlaw and Aziz is out for illness. Why they didn't report this days ago?
When did they get sick? Because they didn't even say anything about it till recently. Yesterday, actually. I think.
And Kyle, look, I gotta give it to Kyle. Kyle's a street guy. I tell you what, if I had to be on these streets, if I'm in the hood and I'm trying to do something mischievous, I'm gonna have Kyle with me because he gonna stick to the G code. He ain't gonna snitch. He ain't gonna tell. He ain't gonna let you know nothing. You know, and he gonna play games with you.
Right, and you're not gonna understand what he's thinking. Like you're sitting here thinking now, you don't know what Kyle's thinking. You're suspecting. And I'm suspecting, like I just said, I think Kyle just said, damn this. I'm going to do the best I can, get through this season, and get my guys back, and we'll start from scratch. But right now, this is over. I think so. I mean, he's going to try his best, but still, he knows. No point getting excited.
You're right. I mean, the numbers right now in the roster being with COVID and injuries just damn near ridiculous. Well, it is ridiculous.
Right?
I mean, we probably the most hurt team in the NFL. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Like, this is just, I mean, it's getting out of hand. And, I mean, if we lose this game Sunday against the Rams, Kyle needs to just let all the depth players play. Put your stars, keep your stars ready for the season.
You can see his mind is already on that page, Will. He's already thinking that way.
Just see what depth guys you got, so you can decide whether the guys that you have on the field right now can come back or not. But I tell you this, Witherspoon ain't staying here. I tell you, I'm wrong by now. I heard you just say he ain't staying here. Trent Taylor ain't staying here. All Trent Taylor do is sit on the sideline with that stupid mustache with his mouth open. That's all he do on the sideline.
But look at your receiver. I mean your cornerbacks right now. All right, you're not gonna be able to sign both Verrett and Sherm, right? So now you've got. I'm just saying. Well, you could, maybe, sure, maybe. I'm just saying. But theoretically, you look at the numbers, okay, because Verrett's going to command a little more money. That boy's having an outstanding year, right? And also you got Mosley and you got Spoon. Now, you know who's next? Dante Johnson? Oh, Lord have mercy. So, you know, that's
Ronbo. Johnson and Spoon is gone. Now, Verrett, Kyle and John can work out something with Verrett.
Well, you could draft a couple of kids.
Verrett had some few injuries, and plus the team gave this man a shot when he was down and out on his luck. Now, I don't think Verrett is going to ask for a whole lot of money because of that.
Well,
I think he's going to be reasonable.
You know, because he's reading off. Do you see that little thing he had going on his video? He was all excited about the coach that drafted him. I could actually see Verrett make his way back to the Chargers.
No. I see Verrett staying here. I really do. It all depends on Sherman. It all depends on what they're gonna do with Sherman. Now, don't get me wrong, I do want Sherman to stay, but as of right now, Verrett is playing at a high level. The stats that he's putting on right now is remarkable. It's remarkable. Now that's something you can't give away to another team. I mean, it's a good position to be in, but if I was a GM, the way he's playing right now, I wouldn't risk the chance of him probably going to Seattle or Arizona and shutting us down. Ain't no way I'm giving up, especially on a guy that we gave an opportunity to play when he was down on his luck. Now, if Kyle and John and Parad you can present him with something with the numbers decent, he gonna take it. I really think that. So I mean, it's a good conversation to have. You know, so
okay,
I mean,
you got to sign K1. You're probably going to end up signing Taylor. I'm just looking at these numbers and I'm thinking, man, where'd they go? You got to give guys
get rid of D Ford.
1-year contracts.
You get rid of D. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ronbo.
You can pay your whole. Yeah, right.
Get rid of Richburg.
You can pay your whole secondary with what D's making.
And you reconstructed Jimmy G's contract because right now he's not playing at a $27 million level. He's not. Restructure his contract. If they ask him to and he gets an attitude, he can go. Bye. We'll get Zach Wilson or somebody or another free agent because he don't deserve. Jimmy G don't deserve that money, and he didn't deserve that money after 7 starts. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. After 7 starts, you don't pay that man that much amount of money after 7 starts. You don't do that.
So you do this with Jimmy. Now what else are you gonna do? Because it can't stop there. And Jimmy's probably gonna agree to a restructure. Maybe not a cut, but a restructure. Maybe you fill in the blanks with incentives and stuff. Because what we all have to understand is franchise quarterbacks just aren't running around by the dozens. And good quarterbacks aren't running around by the dozens. So you got to be careful. With a rookie, that's a real scary thing because a rookie could come in, he looked like he's raising hell in school. And then like so many, they come in the league and they fizzle. So you got to be careful with that. You're going to bring one in, bring him in to sit behind somebody who you know what you're going to get. Huh?
Kyler Murray doing it. He's a rookie.
You know, Kyler Murray, I didn't say everybody fails. I
mean,
said,
he was a rookie.
Yeah, no, the chances are you don't get a Kyler Murray, you don't get a Lamar, you don't get a Mahomes. They're not growing on trees even in college ranks. 9 out of 10.
Like I told you before, Ronbo, once Breeze, Rodgers, and Brady leave, there's not going to be no pocket passes no more. The league going to turn into a mobile quarterback league. I told you that.
I've got no issue with that. I'm just saying, in the meantime, be careful you don't get a Trubisky, you don't get a Winston, you don't get a Wentz. These numbers go on and on as well. This is what I'm saying. If you're going to take a shot in the dark, you better not miss, or the 49ers are back in rebuild mode in 1 season.
Well, hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get the way you're going.
If that's the way you want to go. But what I'm saying is the sensible thing, and I'm pretty sure the 49ers go this route. Yeah, you draft a quarterback, but Jimmy stays. So this kid trains for a year. We see what we got. Jimmy lags any further. Now we bring him in. But you got to have a scapegoat.
That'll work.
Yeah. That's the only thing that does make sense.
That'll work. Restructure. Because Jimmy's already been in his contract.
Right. Jimmy's already been in the Super Bowl. He's already been in the Super Bowl under the right circumstances. He's not nearly as bad as people think. He may not be as good as I say he is, but he is solid enough to get you back to the promised land, provided, of course, that everybody's doing their job.
Reconstructing his contract, bring in a mobile quarterback, let him learn under Jimmy G for that year. If Jimmy G is still playing at the level that he is right now, get rid of him.
I fully understand that. But just saying, get something that you can use first. Don't just throw. It's like you got one knife in your house. You got 2 knives in your house. You throw away the good one, and the other one ain't cutting. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But we got to continue tomorrow. We ran over time. Well, you give me a score.
Okay. I want to say 23-17. If the running game is working tomorrow, and Nick Mullins give us 4 strong quarters, I'll say we get that 23-27 victory.
Long as
but the things around him got to work though.
Yeah, that's always the way it is. It's a team game. Well, fam, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna see you after the game if you get shot. All right, looking forward.
All right, man. All right, shout out to you, Ronbo, man.
Thanks, man.
Shout out to my TNT fan, man. Trey Trez, Big Show, Russo, all them guys. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, all them guys, man. Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida. It won't be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It'll be the San Francisco 49ers versus to be announced. I'm praying for it. All right, bye.
Will. And Will is right about the Bucks. The Bucks ain't going to the Super Bowl. That was proven last week. Actually, 2 weeks. Ellis!
Ronbo.
Ellis, it's that time. It's the Rams. When we playing anybody else but teams in our division, it has certain kind of impact on your thinking, but it's the Rams. You know, if we win, we'll never see Rudy again. Hey, Alice, here's the funny thing about it. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders used to be all up in here, like these maggots that are in here now, right? They used to all up in here. Every other person was a Raider fan talking smack. Now, after last year, you don't see the Raiders anymore. You can't find a Raider. Texas boy is the boldest dude I know. Even with the Cowboys looking like complete ass, he makes appearances in there. I got to give my hat off to that dude. He's still talking trash.
Yeah.
But see, this is why I don't. People always say, "Why do you put up with that?" I like these people in here, Ellis. You know why? Because what goes around comes around. And then when they disappear like that, we can talk about them. Raider fans, where you at? And then you look at the Cowboy fans. We used to have a few of them hanging around too. The Hawks fans have increased because of last year we handed them their butt in a situation where they didn't want to be and put them in a wild card. So now they're pissed off. So they're loving these moments. Let them have it, right? Because it's going to switch. It's going to switch. And I love it. So when that happens, I'm going to say, hey, where y'all at? I thought y'all was bad. Yeah. Tell us about this game. Bro. What's up?
Yeah, you see the Cardinals. I mean, we kind of seen them as being a better team, a more formidable opponent. After we're fighting with them last year, and you see they actually playing better. They didn't come up to the level that we're at as far as last season and what we were the position we were supposed to be in this season. But they're a very good team.
Oh, no, I got plenty of respect for Cards. Them boys, that team is. I knew they was tough from last year.
Yeah, we saw it. Yeah, and they're only going to get better. You know what I mean? Kyler, he's shit, man. You. That's a lot of talent, man, in a 5'8", 5'9".
And then they gave him D-Hop.
Athlete.
And
D-Hop. That's what put him over. You know what I mean? But shout out to them. They're playing good. I got a lot more respect for them than I ever will for the Seagulls or the Lamb Chops. But as far as this game, man, Sunday, we're behind the 8 ball, and I'm hoping that we can at least get Brandon and Trent so we can, be able to have some protection for Nick. I'm concerned about the offensive line. We needed Brunskill. I didn't like the fact that I heard that Brunskill is going to be back at center again instead of Grasu, so that Brunskill can be able to hold off Aaron Donald, 99 as they call him. Shit.
Man,
and
Kyle hates Grasu.
It's yeah. Well, and there's probably a reason, a qualified reason behind it. But shit, you picked him up. So
So why don't you let him play then? Right. Good point.
Yeah. We're playing against the Rams. The matchups. It's all about matchups, man. So he should be doing whatever hell he needs to do to make sure that we keep Aaron Donald sustained. And that pressure. We don't need him having 2, 3 sacks or any sacks for that matter when he was basically unknown the last game we played him. We need a repeat of that so we can be able to allow Nick, to do his thing and as far as in the pass game and not disrupt even our run game with us getting him and potentially, having some production offensively on the run game. We don't need him breaking apart that, that continuity and those potential big plays that we could be getting.
Yeah.
And then not having Brandon Ayuk, I'm not too. I don't like the fact that it's sounding like we're going to be having to put all the pressure on Debo. We need KB to come up big this game. I heard about Juwan Jennings possibly being brought up, but he might not.
What?
He's still working
I
off
thought
the
that
injury.
was somebody putting a rumor out. Where'd you get that from? Because I saw that.
No, I heard that earlier today. What was his name? From Chat Sports. I don't know how I forget his name.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The Chat Sports guy. He was talking about Juwan Jennings. He's still working. Yeah, he's still working off a little, a little injury. So
right. I forgot about
maybe in about like 2 more games he'll be coming back and playing 2 or 3 games. Hopefully he'll get in and get some tick and we can actually see, his potential. I feel like it's necessary at this point. Will was talking about, start playing some of these other guys, man, and giving some opportunities to some of these other players, so we can kind of get them prepared. I mean, that's how Fred Warner was able to really, I feel like all of the play that he was getting, as a rookie and just early and stuff like that, because we were so depleted, that he was able to really up his up his game, getting those snaps, getting those live reps in the game reps, and now look at him. You know what I mean? He's a top 3, linebacker. So and he's on our team, and that says a whole lot about that experience and what it does for a player. But yeah, man, I really would like to see Brandon and at least Trent come back. That would be great. And I don't know how I feel about Cole McKivitz trying to hold off Aaron Donald.
Hey, see,
I don't know. I heard good things about him. I heard.
Yeah, but he's not ready for
Go
that.
ahead.
And nobody. The thing is, Rasul and Brunskill were a team against Donald. I don't know why Kyle.
Right.
I don't know what he did. I guess he must have told Grasu during that Hawks game, hey, they're targeting you. Man up. And Brunskill probably maybe said something back. I don't know. You know how it goes between players because when you get heated while you're playing, everything gets intensified. So if the coach says the wrong thing to you, you're liable to say something back. So now you know how Kyle is. Don't do that.
Yeah.
He ain't been back since.
He's gonna give it to you straight.
Yeah.
Well, and we don't have time to really be bullshitting and having these pride issues. Kyle needs to bite the bullet and try and get us a win out of there, man. Yeah, man, because we got 5 more games left, 6 including this game, and this, we need to go hard and try to win this one too, because we can still keep ourselves in the talks for getting in the playoffs. I know a lot of guys don't want to do it because they're looking at the picks and everything, but man, we need to go as hard as we possibly can just to show our abilities, even in the midst of having a depleted team, because there's not one team in the NFL that could, come. And mind you, the losses that we do have, like more than half of those games we gave up. We weren't really like necessarily just caught off guard and got outmatched. We shot ourselves in the foot at least a third, of these damn games that we've lost thus far. And maybe only 1 or 2 games we might have just been outmatched or outcoached, and even in the midst of those, we still should have been able to win those games. So you take away some of those games, man, we got a totally different conversation here. But seizing a moment and not capitalizing on those opportunities and the turnovers and just small decisions, man, that can make a big difference. And that's where we take those losses, man. So, but we can't afford to just come in here and loaf. We need to come in here and play. And Kyle needs to get his head out of his ass. And go ahead and make that change and get Brunskill on Donald.
On the right spot. Because for all intents and purposes, the 49ers are still building this team. I mean, they've got all their frontline stars out, but they need to still maintain that character we were talking about earlier. This team has a mindset that when fully loaded, there is no team in the NFL that can stop them. Especially it would have been the case this year because the experience they gained last year would have carried over into this year, and they would have been unstoppable. But as it is now, you see the fight is still there, even though they're undermanned and they're shorts. It's interesting. I like what I'm seeing. I'm going to appreciate that from this point on because they're not going to go out without a fight, except that Miami game, which was very strange.
Yeah, it says a lot about the character of this team, man, and we got to make sure that we understand that we have some great players on the team. I just found out about the stuff with Aziz and Dre Greenlaw earlier today. Yeah. I had no idea that we were going to be short them. So now we got Jonas Griffin coming up, or who else is going to have playing linebacker?
I forget his name.
We got Marcel Harris and Fred playing quarter. But that's his original position, from what I understand. That's where he came from playing was the linebacker. That's why he hit exactly, and I like that. I like that. I think him and Dre are him and Fred are having a good time.
Yeah, Dre and Alshon will be back. So they'll be back. They've only got some kind of mild, probably cold or something. So they'll be back.
Right. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But now, as far as
score,
as far as the score, Ronbo, man, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call this. Let's say I think we're gonna, maybe we won't crack the 30 mark, but I'm not gonna count us out. And as far as putting up some good numbers, so let's say let's go 28. Let's go 28, man. 24, man. A close one with the Rams. Of course we are victorious, man. It's Niners all day, man, and for life. So. We calling W's no matter what it is.
No L's. What kind of crap is that? Even if it is true.
Yeah, period. I can't do it. I can't do it. We'll wait till after the game to talk about it.
Yeah, we talk exactly. And the thing is, our chat has really went to another level. Now you got some of our people are embracing the a-holes from other teams. I've never seen that before. Whatever. Hey,
Yeah,
Ellis, I'll see you after the game, though. All right?
that's a bet. That's a bet, Ronbo. Thank you for the platform, family,
Oh,
as
man,
always.
my pleasure.
And man, shout out to the Niner faithful, man. You guys stay locked in, and let's hope that Kyle, makes the right decisions, you guys, so we can get this, we can come out with this W, man. Because we have it in us. We still got 5 games left. We can't just tank and lose the rest of these 5 games. Like,
no, those guys,
that's not how we get down.
They're gonna fight. They're gonna go down.
How we get down.
They're gonna go down fighting. That's what I like about them. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Ellis.
Yeah, we got it. All right, fam. Appreciate it.
Hope you enjoyed your holiday.
Too,
Happy holidays too, since we get them started now.
Right. You too, fam. Thank you.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Thanks,
I appreciate
Ellis.
it. Much love, brother.
All right, man. Back at you. Have a night. And Joseph Smiley, you promised me you were going to leave last time, and you're still hanging around like the fly that you are. Hey, Elliot! Elliot. You lose Elliot? Elliot. Omar! Run it on! Omar!
Ronbo!
Omar! Man.
Ronbo!
Yes!
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, you know what?
Man, long time no here, man.
I know, man. I missed you too, man. Because we're like, it's togetherness time as we go up against the Rams. And, Omar, it's not only beating the Rams is such a satisfying thing, but it upsets Rudy to no end. And he calls in, he's all pissed off. You heard Rudy last time, right? Rudy called in, and usually he's kind of polite. He's always saying nice things and wish you guys luck and this and that. He came in all enraged and mad. That was so much fun. You guys gonna lose the rest of your games the rest of the year. Whoa! Hey, Rudy! What happened to the polite Rudy? That was worth this whole season. But Omar, what are we thinking here for this game?
Well, I'm hoping that we can pull it together and we can beat the Rams. Like we pretty much have the number. We did beat them last time, so like I said, I'm trying to be hopeful, like for the rest of the season. But I don't know, man. It looks kind of dim.
Of course it does. Look, all your players are out. $86 million worth of players. That's crazy.
We have 80, you gotta, at least close to $80 million
86
on the IR sitting there. Even we haven't had a full squad Kittle, Reed, Debo, Ayuk, and Mostert. And we had those guys right there starting. Forget about it, man. That's a lethal matchup right there.
Everybody knows.
We got the guy. We got the talent, but the guys are hurt. There's too many injuries, man. This season has been a total wash.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's not fair. We were just in the Super Bowl last year. Now we're maybe not even going to make the playoffs. Come on. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just like a really bad nightmare.
I know. And who saw it coming, right?
It sucks. And, it does suck. And then I do know that Jawan Jennings is coming back to us. I think he had a hamstring injury, I think.
I knew
he is coming back. For the article, Kyle Shanahan was talking on the Kenny NBR radio station that they have on the Bernie and Mac show.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it on there. He said that Jawan Jennings possibly coming back.
Omar, did you say Bernie and Mac? Because if you did, that's hilarious. That's great. Murph and Mac.
Oh, did I say it the wrong way? I'm sorry, Murph. I said Bernie Mac instead.
I love it.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac's one of my favorite of all time. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. Man, he rest in peace, man. I was a huge fan of his, by the way. But he said it on the radio station that he'll probably coming back in like 3 weeks, hopefully. I've been calling for him to get on the field for a long time.
Yeah.
Even before we started losing.
Yeah, because we got Matthews, Jordan Matthews. I mean, what's the guy's name?
Like, didn't we have him like twice before?
Yeah, he was the guy we only cut loose on the
Like,
practice.
didn't we have him
We always
before?
cut him loose and bring him back. Cut him loose, bring him back. And this year we brought him back again, continuing from last year. I thought he was with the Eagles. They cut him. So here he is back again.
Yes, he was with the Eagles, and I think the Eagles cut him.
They signed him to the practice squad. So, you know. But you know what I wanted to see? Didn't you want to see Kevin White? I want to see, what does he look like, Kyle? What do you got against Kevin? I guess he looks bad in practice or something, but Kyle won't even give him a shot. You go and bring Matthews? Whoa. Is Matthews, well, Matthews got a better history, I guess.
Well, he probably signed Matthew because he's unsure about White. That's probably why he's not. Yeah. There's got to be something wrong that either there's no confidence, there's something wrong there that he's. But one thing about Kyle does not talk.
I know.
Kyle doesn't. He's straightforward. He doesn't say anything.
That's what
we
Will
don't
was
even
saying.
know.
If you was trying to survive in the hood,
exactly.
Yeah, you could convince. You could depend on Kyle. Anything you plan and tell Kyle, it ain't gonna get out. No, not a word. Survive.
Dude, not a word, dude. Nah, dude. He that's the one thing about the 49ers. The only thing that's negative that happened to us as far as business getting out there was when Raheem was complaining about not getting money. His agent came out. Remember that?
Yeah, his agent did that, though, not the 49ers. And that's why he got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Remember that? They was pissed with him, and he had to go in and apologize.
Yeah, because that's not the way the Niners operate. We don't throw and we don't air out our dirty laundry. We keep everything in-house like it's supposed to.
And tell your agent, don't be putting us on blast. Yeah, because, man, don't do that. Yeah.
Well, I got a score for you. San Francisco 24-21. Rams going to be a close game. I'm hoping it's a blowout, but I'm trying to be optimistic here. I say 24-21. I think that's fair. I don't even like giving predictions anymore. So I just hope you win.
It was so much more fun last year. Damn. That's what's so scary about being a 49er fan. These roller coaster rides. You know what, though? We'll be riding high next year. I'm convinced of it because the 49ers are going to have a normal preseason and things are going to go as normal.
Yes,
we're going to get injuries. We're going to get injuries, but not $86 million worth of injuries. We're going to be riding in there, and then they're going to say, well, the 49ers are proving this year that it was all about their missing players last year. The 49ers have started out going 10-0, and they don't have to look back. I already see it coming.
And one thing I will say before I go, Ronbo, because I know I'm a little short on time, but I'll just say this. I hope next year if we can just get Aldon Smith and then come to San Francisco, have him on one edge and Bosa on the other side. I'm something to think about. I'm just saying, something to think about. I would love to bring the guy back. He's in the best shape of his life. He's cleaned up himself.
But the Cowboys might want to keep him, though, you know? That's the only thing.
Well, that's if he wants to stay.
Hey, what year... How many years does he have in that contract? Do you know?
I think it's just 1 year.
Yeah, because they probably put him on a
I thought
trial.
it was 1 year.
Yes,
I'm not
that makes
sure.
Sense. No, I bet you're right. Because I wouldn't sign Alex Smith for more than 1 year if I was the Cowboys. You don't know how, because his history says don't sign him for more than 1 year. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I have one. I just want to give a quick shout out to Alex Smith, man. I'm watching his games. Man, he looks pretty good out there.
He does. I'm so happy for him. That was a terrible injury.
Yes, sir. I want to give him a shout out because I'm a fan of Alex Smith. You know, I have nothing against Alex Smith. I like him.
It's hard. Alex
I still do.
Cool dude.
I always root for him. Yeah, and also, I would love to have Frank Gore back next year, but Frank Gore probably ain't coming.
Well, he's not going to retire this year because he says if the Jets don't win one game, Frank says, I can't go out like that. I had to laugh. I said, Frank, poor Frank.
Have him in, man. Just have him in there, man.
I don't know. Frank could still
have
be
his last year with us and then retire.
I'd use him in a heartbeat. Frank is he's not getting slow. He still explodes to that hole. He knows where the hole. He can still run 3 inches above the ground like nobody I've ever seen. Yeah, I'd use him. First down on a goal line.
I would love to bring him back.
Get Frank in here. Yeah.
And like, hey man,
we could have won that
Frank
Super Bowl.
Gore and like, yes, if you have Frank Gore and Raheem in the backfield, would that even work?
Yeah, you know, you use Gore like you use Wilson Jr. I mean, yeah, Frank is going to get you that 1 or 2 yards. He's always going to fall for at least a yard. We could have won a Super Bowl if Harbaugh stopped passing the ball. Give it to Frank, and he wouldn't do it. Pass the ball, boom, we lose. Anyway, don't let me get started on that. Omar, let me see you. Let's see you after the game, fam. All right.
Hey, man, it was good talking to you, Ronbo stuff. I love your show. Sorry I haven't called in, man. Been busy.
No problem, man. I know you're busy.
But I always listen like the next day and everything. So, man, it's like God bless you. And, like, take it easy, my friend, all right?
Hey,
Have
you
a good
too,
night.
fam. Happy holidays. Talk to you later.
All right. Hey. Happy holidays, CT. Take it easy, brother.
Thanks, Omar. Oh, Elliot.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Elliot, man, we're sitting here. You know, you got that lion cage. The lock is somebody took the padlock off. The lion's coming after us, man. We got the Rams chomping at the bit for revenge. We're going up into their house. But they waiting on us too.
Before I say anything,
what's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Dial, sup?
All I want to say, even though we hurt,
yeah,
we don't have a lot of teammates. But all I want to say is great learning for life.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Tyel, man, you the man. You are the man. Good stuff. You keep thinking that way, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, Ronbo.
Yeah. You can raise him right,
well,
too.
I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to stick with the show, man, and make sure he stick with the show, and I think that's what's going to help us all out all together. Like I told you, you're gonna get that call one day, and it's going to be him, not me.
Yeah. Awesome. As soon as you said name's Tyel, whoa, there it is.
There it is. So, man, look, man, listen, I told you, I'm the same way every night, Ronbo. At this point, man, listen, I'm chilling, man. I'm just happy to see my Niners.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to see whatever was going on I'm happy to see Ayuk being the number one receiver, because at this point it gives him the opportunity to be everything that he needs to be. So when we get a full team, he's going to know how to play. The same way Debo is going to know how to play.
You got to look at it that way. I agree.
When he gets healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. I saw something that said something about we need the Sims, and I think it's either Phil Sims or his son Sims. Man, he sounds silly. It sounds like it might be Chris. It sounds like he way behind the program. We ain't worried about running backs, man. That ain't what we worried about.
Was Chris Sims talking about running backs?
Not what we worried about.
Yeah. Well, Elliot, if you notice, you got people, they got a new quarterback coming, they got a new this coming, they got a new that coming, they got all this new things coming. People aren't thinking about the team being injured, just everything needs to be replaced. I've never understood that. Yeah, I don't think so.
Ronbo, I'm not worried about. Only thing I want to get is a new cornerback coming. I'm not worried about a new quarterback coming.
You know what?
I just seen the guy named Sam Howell who threw 6 touchdowns last week, and then he played Notre Dame today. So you already know how I feel about that. But anyway, he played a decent game. But outside of that, I'm not worried about no new quarterback, no new nothing. I just need to see a new cornerback because we got to have somebody who's going to take Sherman's place. That's plain and simple.
Elliot, it goes further than that. So if you see any more cornerbacks, be sure to write it down. I want to go look at the film because here's the thing: we don't have a cornerback under signed for next year at this hour. Not one.
Not one, man. This is why I said the only thing I want to see us get is a new secondary. Let's add to the secondary. Not a new secondary. Let's just add to the secondary and let's re-sign certain players, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad that Sherman not playing. You know what? This gave us a chance to get a good look at Jason Verrett.
But we got one, didn't we?
You know,
dude.
It gave us a chance to get a good look at Mosley. He is, and he needed this
to become that good. Like, not just ride the coattails or get covered up by somebody like Sherman, who will help him because he is playing a certain defense that we can give all the extras to Verrett because we don't have to give it to Sherman. Now we get to see what kind of player Verrett is. So if we want to re-sign him, we know what we're doing.
Let me ask you this. Okay, you're Sean McVay, and you got Verrett playing at a Pro Bowl level on one side. You got Sherm and his reputation on the other side. Where are you throwing the ball? Jamar Taylor's going to be under a lot of stress this Sunday. Because if I'm McVay, I'm not bothering Verrett and Sherman any more than I have to. I'm going to go ahead and undercut. But see, they don't understand. Jamar Taylor is not bad, and Fred Warner is hanging around in that area too, as we saw what happened with Fred when he wants to stop a slot receiver, right? This game could be better than what we're thinking. You know what I'm saying?
If I had to go anywhere, I would definitely go at Verrett versus Sherman. No, actually, I'll take that back. Only because Sherman is just now getting back.
Yeah.
I'm going to test and see. So it's like a tale of two halves. Okay, let's see what Sherman can do. And if he's proven, then we're going to go after it. But outside of that, I'm going to go after the slot cornerback, and I'm going to go after whoever got to guard the tight end.
Because Cooper Kupp
those are my main targets.
What's their tight end's name? Because he's going to be under stress too. Because Dre and Fred, they don't allow no tight ends to get off on the 49ers. This is going to be, you know what? They're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to, actually.
That's not going to work. Henderson is not going to work. That's not going to work. You know what? Sean McVay really got his work cut out for him this week. Like he's been having every week. And you know what? I really think that after this week, his job is going to be under Jeff. If he can't beat us with the team that we got and he goes 0-2 against us, they're going to look at that. They're going to look at that and they're going to say, you know what? You're not capable of beating the
broken down 49ers team. What would have happened if they would have been full force? It would have been embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it would have been exactly. They're gonna look at that, man. They're gonna care about what happened with Tampa Bay. They're gonna say good job with Tampa Bay. But at the end of the day, we need to win our division. And if you can't beat guys who are, go ahead.
No, because the Saints, their eyes were getting big going into that half. Remember the 49ers were dominating the ball in the first quarter? I was shocked. I ain't gonna lie. And then the second quarter, they start to.
I was too.
We made a couple of mistakes, and of course, they got back in. But the 49ers were controlling that game. I didn't see that coming. The defense was stellar.
Only if we had second. I'm sorry.
You're talking about the special teams play with Trent Taylor and Webster on one end, and Richie James fumbling on the other.
They hurt us both times, man. Outside of that, we got a chance to win that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't say it and they didn't do anything to show us that they can actually, like, if we saw them again and we made the playoffs and saw them again, we cleaned those mistakes up. We got a chance to beat them because now we got everybody back and, it's not special teams playing the wide receiver positions and all that other stuff. Like, we got what we need to have. So I'm not sure they are valuable contenders to beat us. I'm not sure that there's no NFC team that are valuable contenders to beat us outside of what's in our division, which is only two teams. The Seahawks, you got to give them their credit, man. Listen, if we can't guard DK Metcalf,
that's the problem right there. If they didn't have DK, they would be like every other team. Yeah.
Listen, that depends on. Listen, Mosley, that's what's going to be if we're going to keep Mosley. It depends. His next game against DK Metcalf is going to depend on whether we're going to keep him or not. I'm just being honest. If he can't guard him at any point, you can forget about it.
But listen, I'm going to ask you a question. That cornerback you're talking about, is he big?
Is he big?
Yeah, because
if
Jalen
you're
Ramsey
going with the guy from Virginia.
Yeah, because Jalen Ramsey
if
did a
you're going
number.
with the guy from Virginia.
Yeah, no, I'm saying because Jalen Ramsey did a job on Metcalf. Because he's got enough size.
If you're going with the guy from Virginia Tech, he's 6'2". Yes. But you have to. That's the thing. You have to draft a cornerback with style. You can't draft no 6'1", no 6 foot cornerback.
5'10",
like you
5'11".
have to draft. You have to draft in order to guard DK Metcalf.
Yep.
So he has to have size. He has to have speed. Everything else,
and
you
be
teach him.
rudely physical. Exactly. So
and be exactly. If you can't, then because what I've seen from Metcalf is he tend to be a little bit soft sometimes.
But sometimes he be
As
bullying
big as
them
he
dudes.
is,
Yeah,
and that's because these guys aren't as strong and they're not as big and physical as him. If they are, I guarantee you. This is why he wear them the mouthpiece with the dang on the baby pacifier stuff. Ain't no grown ass man 6'5" wearing that. You know what I'm saying? You a baby.
Let me get your score, fam. So I can, because we gotta go.
I'm just gonna go with a natural score, man. This time I'm not gonna go against it. I'm just gonna say 27-16 49ers. Hopefully that's what we do, and we put up at more points than what we put up the last time we beat them. But I'm quite sure it's gonna be a tight game. I'm not good at the score stuff, man. I'm not. I ain't never have. I'm always tell you. If I had to tell you, at the end of the day, it's 40-24. We should beat everybody 40-24. So you know what? Forget that what I just said. 40-24. 40-24. I'm going to stick with what I've been saying all year long. 40-24, and it is what it is. We're going to beat somebody 40-24.
We got to.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fam. I'll see you Sunday. You and Tyel. All right?
Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good looking, man. Good love to talk to you, man. Everybody have a good night. Much love to everybody, man.
Yeah.
Everybody. You hear me?
Except the haters in the chat. Forget them. But everybody else, yes. That's what give some gas.
Because y'all make us have fun.
Eventually will, for
See
sure.
you later, dog.
All right, fam.
All right, fam.
And we go to Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, it's Rams time. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, hopefully we could win a lot of these games, but it's up to Kyle if he wants to call good game or not. Because the last time, he called a good game, and look what we did when everybody counted us out.
I know, right?
So
because I didn't see us being in that game with the Saints. They stayed with them the whole time. I was shocked. But Bethel, do you worry about the fact that Kyle's got a new group of players almost every week? I think that's working on his mind. We've had different everything every week. This week is going to be different. Yeah, I mean, you got Debo's back. Ayuk might not be. Debo wasn't there before. I mean, Kyle's probably getting frustrated with the fact that he can't build any chemistry because he's got guys shuttling in and out every week. That's boy.
Yeah, I think we have the record for using over. I think it was over 71 or 100 players.
Maybe. I've not thought about this, but yeah.
I remember the last time I seen it was 71 players, and that's a lot of players to be shuffling around and trying to get a good game plan. That's why we don't have a lot of capital, because we played a lot of these guys who come in and play for us, and they end up getting hurt, or or some people come back and we had to either put them back in the practice squad or either let them go. So a lot of that money went to some players that we had to get in there just because we need more people in there.
Well, it's it. I mean, I don't know how 49ers continue. A lot of teams maybe. I don't know if anybody's as bad as us, but I can't see this. How long can this go on? If you know what, Bethel, if next year we see Jimmy no ankle sprain, you see Kittle back, he's feeling fine. Jordan Reed is back. I got Trent Williams down there. McGlinchey's starting to learn to block. Weston Richburg makes a miracle comeback. He's at center. I got Nick Bosa is out there now, and I got these other two guys. Man, I tell you, all of a sudden the glory days come roaring back in, especially with Ayuk added to the mix because we lost Emmanuel Sanders, and that was pretty much our receiving room because, Debo does what he does, but Debo does a lot of things. Kendrick Bourne helps, but he's not that kind of receiver where he's going to carry your team. He's a guy that sticks a knife in the opponent's neck when we got him on the ropes, right? So, you need certain things to be out there, right? And if they're all back, when they drafted this team and they built this team, they knew what they had, but what they didn't count on was everybody being gone suddenly. Not a few, not some, but 80% of them. Whoa. You can't win
if we would have had those players actually healthy, right now we would have been in the playoffs. We would have been everything up, and we probably would have been going to Super Bowl. But because of the injuries, you can't do nothing about the injuries. So that's the only reason we're not going back to the Super Bowl. But if we do make it to the playoffs and we do, make a good run, then you could say, hey, I'm proud of my team. My team, look at what my team did.
Broken down even.
Or we're
yes.
back up. Yeah, broken down. You could be proud of that. Don't be like, oh, you guys are in a hangover. That's why you didn't get it. No, we didn't make, we made it to the playoffs. At least, our team tried. They tried their heart out and you could basically rebound out of that for next year. When next year people on our team see that, then they're gonna probably want a good, decent contract until they make money, for next year that they can actually get paid, and they'll come back and play for us because they know this is a Super Bowl contender. It's just that everybody has to be healthy, and
also,
not like
it's actually a good clubhouse to work through. See, that's what everybody says about the 49ers. They love the organization as it is. So that's a big factor.
Yeah, so, there's, a lot of things to be, proud of if as long as your team fights. And, I remember when we lost a lot of games, we only won a couple of them, and all of them, we lost them by like 3 points, we didn't lose it by a lot, and even though we lost, but I was proud of my team, even though we didn't win a lot of, games because they fought their hearts out, and that's the only thing you could ask for your team, because that's how is a fan supposed to be, you don't want to be tanking and like the Dallas Cowboys, doing those trick plays. And
wait, Bethel, I gotta defend the Cowboys. They're not tanking. That's the best they can do. I gotta tell you, Cowboys just can't. I don't know. They had some bad luck this last weekend too, with players going down to injury. But Zeke Elliott is killing the Cowboys. Those fumbles are serious. I think he's leading the league this year in fumbles. And I think isn't Zeke the highest paid running back in the league? No, Le'Veon still is, I guess. Is it? Yeah.
No, it's Zeke. Le'Veon, I think, is in behind. Yeah,
so, Dallas has got some kind of interior problem too. So so we got to beat them though, because they looked like they was ready to play last week. So I'm a little concerned. Well, let's see who we have that week, because ain't no telling who's going to be missing. Bethel.
Hey, as long as we have that running game with our 2 punches, we'll probably be good.
Bethel, that running game is not a promise, because I'm scared right now about Mostert coming out there. I hope he can last the whole game.
Oh, me too.
Man.
Me too. Let's pray that he comes out healthy out of that game, and because he has to be out there, because if he's not out there, he's not winning any money. Remember, he's
I forgot about that. He's got that in his contract,
on the Sustainers deal, Oh, and actually, I
I
want
would
to
have
say
never
this
agreed to
too.
that deal.
And actually, there's a reason why they don't restructure Jimmy's deal. They restructured everybody's deal except Jimmy, because if you restructure Jimmy's deal, then you can't trade him. He has That's why if you want to let him go, you can let him go, but if you restructure his deal, then you cannot trade him or
You
you
can't trade him that
cannot
way.
do anything.
Do you know that Jimmy's got a no trade clause in his contract anyway? They just mentioned that a couple weeks ago.
He has that, and but you could trade him, but him and
He has
his
to
agent
agree.
have to agree
Yeah.
to go to that team. So that's the only way you could trade him. But also, if you say, Jimmy's your quarterback and everything, and you see that, you trust him, maybe next year when he comes back, or this year, he may play a lot better. He might do a lot more things because you have confidence in your quarterback. Because if you tell your quarterback you're going to trade him, then he's not going to like that.
Yeah, and then you got a lame duck quarterback then. The thing is, we've seen what Jimmy can do, and Jimmy needed some time to learn and stay in Kyle Shanahan. It's like Kyle always says, it's all about reps with Jimmy. Also, you look at the situation. Jimmy's the best quarterback you're going to get right now at that price. Everybody else is really fantastic.
Yeah.
You can get a rookie. You draft a rookie. You don't bring him in to start. Not with this team, because the Super Bowl window is open. And you already know what Jimmy's capable of. You know what to expect. And there's going to be no surprises. And if Jimmy gets his game, if he can stay healthy, then he gets the job done, especially with the run game the 49ers have. You bring that rookie in, get a look at him, get him some reps, take a look at him. If he looks good, you keep him. If not, he becomes the backup for whatever time. But that's not suicide, and it puts the 49ers still in contention for the Super Bowl next year. Because contrary to popular belief, Jimmy's already been to the Super Bowl once, and he knows more about that offense now than he did before. He just needs to have all those weapons he's got, and he's got a lot of them. So that's why my faith is in Jimmy. And you draft a rookie, go ahead, draft him, keep him on there the bench, let him learn. And then from there, you make some decisions. But don't do anything stupid.
Yeah,
because you get that rookie quarterback in and he
smart
fails.
way how to do everything.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do it where you put in the rookie and you put him to fail.
Yeah.
You want to put a rookie in there to win.
And usually those kind of teams that drafted up to get their quarterback, and they need a quarterback because they don't have any. In this case, you bring that rookie in and he fails, you just killed your chance to go to the Super Bowl. So it's a 50-50 thing. You got to be careful with that. And if he's good, straight money. Let Jimmy go. Because now you got a lower contract and you got a kid that can carry the load. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Can he do it? If he can, good. If not, you still got Jimmy.
Yeah. And also, it's my birthday today.
So there you go. Shall we do it? Stand back, Bethel. He gets a little bit of super singing juice. Happy, Nana's birthday, Bethel. Happy Nana's birthday to Bethel. Happy Niners birthday, Bethel. To you, fam.
Thank you, Ronbo, and always
pleasure.
a good show, Ronbo.
Thanks, Bethel.
And have a good night. And hey, let's believe in our team, and hopefully, we could say this Sunday, hey, we're proud of our team, how they play.
We might
let's
be.
go Niners.
You never know with these guys nowadays.
Yep.
They should have won last time. We'll get there. All right,
Yeah,
fam.
they should.
Yeah. Have a good night, Bethel.
All right. You too, Ronbo.
Thanks. Oh,
And hit
Bethel.
the like
Bethel, I'm
for
sorry.
Ronbo
Bethel,
Sports.
I forgot. We're supposed to get your score. You got a prediction?
I think it's gonna be a battle of the defense. I think it's gonna be so. It's probably
Wouldn't that
gonna
be
be a
crazy?
low score game. It's gonna probably be around 20 to 24, 20 or 23 around there. I think.
Yeah, this is going to be a game where 45 points is the max between both teams, right?
Yeah.
I hope so. Okay. So, Beth,
All right.
what are your
Ronbo.
numbers? Did you say what? You said 20. Oh, there it is, 24-20. We got it now.
Oh,
Okay.
23 to, yeah.
23 or 24?
All right. 23.
23-20.
We'll win, but while we go like last time.
I know, right? Gotta defend
or
them.
last year we played them.
All right, Beth.
All right. Good night,
Have a good
Ronbo.
night, Bethel. Hey, Alex.
Oh, what's up, Ronbo?
Alex, man, we're sitting here looking at the firing squad be shot at dawn, you know. if things go the way they look. Because right now it appears they were extremely overmatched. But, you know, maybe not. As I think about that secondary and how golf can really screw up sometimes, just like every quarterback in the league under certain conditions. Because we watched Tom Brady last week against the Rams. Alex, that was scary. The Rams just he looked like he was beaten naked out there a couple of times. I mean, they had to bring him some clothes. The Rams were all over Brady, right? And Brady's got, look at his receiving room. What happened? What, really? So what was the problem? So then I look at us. Well, hell, we don't have the kind of wide receiving room they have. And Nick Mullins is no Tom Brady.
Not even close.
So,
not even on Tom Brady's worst.
So, you know, maybe our secondary. The Bucs second. I don't know. But, Alex, what do you think?
Man, it's tough because it doesn't look like Trent Williams is going to play either, huh?
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
I don't know. That's going to be the indication for me is if this dude Trent Williams is playing for us, we got a shot. Because the Rams know we're going to be running that gimmick, those gimmick pitches and end around.
Jet sweeps. But we already know they're going to do that. They tried to do that last time. We stopped it.
Even if we try to pass the ball, you got Ramsey out there. And
he's looking good right now, isn't he?
And he's looking good, Ronbo. And there's this dude, Darius Randall or something, I don't know, from safety. And he's kind of like under the radar right now, like getting like low-key like picks lately. And so if we can't run the ball and we got to ask this dude Nick Mullins to throw, I mean, that's a tough ask. But we'll see. It depends on Trent Williams, man. If we run the ball, we got a shot.
Yeah, we got to run it. You got to be able to run it. Because everything Kyle wants to do is predicated on that run. You're not going to get away with any. Because otherwise, they're just going to pin their ears back and come after Nick. And Nick's going to, wow.
Right.
Whoa, I feel bad about it.
Yeah. But if this dude Heem is healthy and he can play a full game and not get hurt, like because remember Ronbo, he came in against the Rams. That was his first game back. And then he tried playing the first play after half and luckily we're up by 15, but
he did get hurt in that game, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to hope that he can play a full game. And we got to hope this dude Debo can play a full game too because
hamstring.
I don't know, we just had bad luck with players coming back right after coming back from being injured.
It was too long.
And look at Joe Staley last year, Lynchy, when we played the Seahawks after, this is a big game for us, Ronbo. Like the Rams are gonna be coming after us. We gotta be ready to play these guys.
Vengeance is on their mind. Oh my God, they're motivated, they're fired up, they're pissed off. This is gonna be crazy.
They're first in the West.
And then
they're getting hot right now.
Yeah.
We talk smack on the Rams and for good reason.
And rightfully so, yes.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Alex, none of these teams would be able to hold the 49ers jock if the whole team was here.
No, not close.
We were more of a Super Bowl team this year than we were last year. With the pieces we picked up, Trent Williams and Jordan Reed alone. You got Ayuk out there taking Emmanuel Sanders, and he looks like he's the real deal. Oh, man, we were getting ready to roll.
Sunday?
Huh?
Is this dude Ayuk playing Sunday?
No, They haven't released. They haven't said whether he was going to be able to play or not. Kyle, you see Kyle's press conference. You see frustration like crazy. Trent has
I
a
haven't been able to
chance.
keep up with anything with the holidays and everything, man. So I feel like I'm like in the dark right now. But
Oh, you would have loved it. You would have felt attitude from Kyle Shannon. He said, "Well, I understand there's a chance with Trent, but I've not heard anything on Ayuk." He said it so calmly. I said, "Poor Kyle. They just won't let him have no weapons, man. Just come on, man. These guys."
See this boy Debo.
Debo's playing.
Debo out there.
Yeah, most is playing
I'm pumped
Debo.
to see him. I'm pumped to see our boys coming back. I think they'll come out. I think they'll have the right attitude.
Yeah.
I think they'll come out and play hard.
They're pumped.
They're gonna be competitive, but I if we have to pass the ball, that'll make me nervous. But I think that Debo can set the tone. Man, if Reed can play for us, that'd be a huge help. But I think
wait, Alex. Let me tell you about that so you feel even worse. Him.
Oh God.
And another player, they've got some kind of virus going on. It's not COVID because they would have been taken out. They're not feeling well. How are you guys not feeling well? God, no practice today. So
like
you're gonna play
warming right now?
Oh well, yeah. Maybe they're victims. Oh, God, man. Okay, you know what though? If you're a professional, you take an antibiotic and you get your butt out there. All right, they got to play.
Man, this dude Ronnie Law cut up his thumb to go play. You can go play a little sneeze, little sniffle. Come on, bro. Get your ass out there. We need you. I don't want to hear nothing about no sick. If it's not COVID, get your ass on the field, bro.
That's right. Take a couple of aspirin. Let's go. Man up. If Michael Jordan could have his greatest game of all time with the flu in the playoffs, you guys could come out here.
Hey, speak, Ronbo.
Yes.
Hey, you speak, bro.
Tell you, there's no way.
Yeah.
So.
But we got Kyle Shanahan, and I know a lot of people are shaky with him, whatever. But I still got faith in that guy because we had a bye week, so he's had time to prepare. We've got a couple hiccups along the way, but I think that he'll have his team prepared. It'll just come down to the second half, and because that the Rams are going to adjust to what we did in the first to when we played them the first game.
I know, right?
They have tape. So we're gonna have to out muscle them, I guess. I don't know. And Debo can do that,
Yeah.
So
we didn't have Debo the first time, right?
we had Debo.
Hey, Alex, one thing we have going for us too in the secondary, you got Ferret on one side and Sherman on the other one. Jared Goff is going to be a little concerned. In the back of his mind, he's gonna try to test Ferret first, I would assume. Because you already know about Sherman. So you're going to test Ferret, and you're going to find out that's not going to work either. So at some point, mentally, you could shake Jared Goff into making mistakes. Because you know how he is. He is accident-prone. Yeah. People talk about Jimmy throwing INTs, but look at Jared Goff. Huh? Kinlaw's back. He's coming back.
We got boys on the defensive side for sure to make plays. Yeah. But Ronbo, who's going to play slot for us?
Jamar Taylor. And I gotta tell you, I'm not scared of that. Huh? I wish K1 was there, but
would you put Mosley in that slot over Jamar?
No, because I need Mosley on the edges. There's too much speed out there. Hey, here's what'll make you feel good too.
But it's Brett and Sherman.
Brett and Sherman are on the edges.
Yeah, so is Mosley gonna be off the field? Is what I'm asking.
No, Mosley. Well, Mosley. No, they might rotate him. I don't think Sherman's gonna play sparingly this week. Is my guess.
Okay.
And Taylor's going to be in the slot most of the time. And you've also got this speed element now. The 49ers have finally figured out Timor needs to be on the field as much as possible. Even Jimmy Ward condoned it. He endorses it. Jimmy's got a pet name for Timor. He said, yeah, we got a lot of speed out there now. So, this is going to be interesting. The Rams, Jared Goff could throw a mistake. I'm telling you. Maybe more than once.
Oh, for sure. Make him pass him. Yeah, for sure. If we can make him pass. Yeah, stop the run, they can pass. That's the key on defense.
They've got don't they have a decent running back?
They got and I don't know who's starting, but I know their names because of fantasy. Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, I was watching
Cam
that,
Akers,
and they seem not to be bad runners. Not bad.
No, they can hit the hole pretty good. But we got Warner, man. He can shut anybody down.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not worried about the
what did I do? I forgot.
Warner, bro. Hey,
yes,
bro,
and Dre.
Sleep on Warner. He ain't no Pro Bowler, I guess. But hey, he's going to tell you this week who's going to meet the Pro Bowl. That's for sure.
Hey, Alex, give me your score. We got to go. What do you got?
Man, win. That's it.
Okay, that's fun. You know, I always,
That's
yeah, there it is. Well, Alex, you know, we've had enough talks tonight that's kind of encouraging. You kind of feel like the 49ers don't necessarily have to get blown off the field. We'll see. Because, in fact, the score was not indicative of what happened against the Saints. The 49ers were in that game a long time. If they can stick with the Saints offense, they damn sure can stay with the Rams offense, I'm pretty sure. We're going to see.
Oh, hell yeah.
All
Let's
right.
go.
All right, fam.
We got our back against the wall. We're going to fight. Let's go.
Hey. Alex, I'm going to see you after the game. All right?
Yes, sir. Have a great weekend, Ronbo.
You too. Happy holidays, too, Alex, as we get started here, too.
Yes, sir.
All
Happy
right.
holidays.
Thanks, fam. Night. Oh, God. So anyway, fam, I tell you what. Yeah, this is a scary game, you know? It wouldn't be, but it is, because it is the reality of our team is the Stallions are sitting back watching the game. We're going out there with the ponies and the and the mixes, you know. That's what bothers me so much about this year. We have a juggernaut that's been reduced to backups, practice squad people. This is why what Bethel said about be proud of your team if they somehow squeaked into the playoffs, which is a long shot. You got to be proud. He gave me a whole other perspective. If the 49ers got enough fight to come in with a team that's in peril and made the playoffs, boy, I'm going to be proud as hell. Bethel woke me up on that. That's right. That tells you a lot about the character of this team. I'm going to be proud of them. Family Channel, like, I'll see you after the game. I'll be in your face at your place. And don't let us start winning, boy. You'll see a dude go nuts. Have a great evening. I'll see you at game time. Oh, thanks for all the contributions tonight, too, fam. Thank you so much. I know. Win.